released characters yet. I want it to be a surprise that your boy Daquan is playing an Etin. No, there we go. I've done it, I think. I apologize for this crazy thing. I'm coming in hot off of another stream, so basically I was a little bit unprepared for the actual streaming aspect of this thing, and it was like 5 minutes ago and I was like, hey guys, let's do the stream now. I'm ready, I'm prepared. Welcome to the show, everyone. It's the Saturday one-shots evening where I don't put any effort into the stream. Normally we run a module on a Saturday night that's like a pre-made thing that I have found off the DM's Guild or some wizards thing. But tonight it's a little bit more homebrew because the players are playing evil things. Tonight they're going to be playing, the players here are going to be playing evil monsters, basically. You're all monsters, right? Yeah, you're all monsters. You're not just playing, no one's playing like an evil human.
Or is man the real monster?
Or is man the real monster? So everyone is playing like an evil alignment character, and it's just a fun individual one shot. It's not going to run for 2 weeks like often they do on a Saturday night. We're just going to be fucking about. We have some wonderful streamers in the form of Distracted Elf, the wonderful, the effervescent Distracted Elf, the ever and constantly happy and and well slept Wolfsco Raw.
I take offense to that.
Good, that was the intention. And Peachy Pixel 8, the person whose music you can hear playing right now, makes a wonderful return to the channel.
I would like to be described as incandescent, please.
You are the incandescent light bulb of my life. Peachy Pixel 8. And last but not least, finally, after a year and a half, your boy Daquan shows up here on the Grand Woto stream as a two-headed Etin. And we're going to be playing a little one-shot that I have named The Low Ones. And I tell you what I'll do is I'll get into that right now as I explain to everyone, including the players, kind of what's going on with tonight's show. So kick back, relax, enjoy yourself, grab your Class A drugs or whatever it is that you need to force yourself through one of my streams, and enjoy the show. So we're going to begin. Let me give you the actual map here. So over here in the sort of red larch area, you'll see that there is the Low Ones camp, and you are nearby the fort village of Korama, which are two random places that have been made up and chucked onto this map for just today. And the group of people that these evil alignment characters are part of are known as the Low Ones, which are a group of bandits, basically, but they're a fairly powerful pack of sort of super bandits who are powerful enough while working together to successfully attack sort of minor strongholds and keeps, to pillage and plunder and loot. They're infamous, and they're led by a three-eyed frost giant whose name is Troika. And for years, the group pillaged and plundered almost unhindered, and the world was their oyster until tonight. So 4 members of the Low Ones are selected each day to hunt for the evening dinner. And tonight, those members are, you guessed it, these 4 people right here. So we'll go around and introduce who each of you are. Absolutely last will be your boy Daquan, because I want it to be a secret that he's a two-headed Etin.
Definitely a secret.
So I think what we'll do is we'll start with Troika's special little best friend and messenger mailman, Peachy Pixel. Tell us a little bit about your character, what you look like, and stuff.
So I'm an imp. I'm 5 foot tall. My character, however. So I don't know much about imps apart from the RPGs I play on my phone. They have a lot of imps for some reason. So I'm yellow. I have wings and I look adorable.
Correct.
I found out literally 16 minutes ago that I'm playing a warlock.
Yes. Yeah.
I was
The only
streaming.
thing you have to know is how
I was
this
like, do you want
lasts.
to roll your stats? So I rolled my stats. And he's like, well, do you want to pick your spells? And I was streaming, and I didn't see his message. He was like, I'm picking them. So I've got some real good shit.
Luckily, I picked them for you. I did try and pick them to match kind of maybe how you'd probably like to play, just because I've played enough role play with you now that I know you don't just.
I think you nailed it, if I'm honest.
It seems like the type of way that you'd probably approach this character, in my opinion. I don't know.
Probably. I think you nailed it.
All right, so you're a tiny little imp warlock. What do you look
You
like?
said 5 feet, but what you mean is like 5 inches, right?
Yeah, you're not 5 feet.
No, 5 inches. Yeah. What did I say? 5 feet?
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
He's 5
mean,
inches.
Is he really 5 inches?
Actually, if I
size
look
of
at
a
my inventory,
pencil.
I've got a bag of feet that I keep on me.
Sure. I can't remember. I cannot remember for shit what you have on your character. Okay, so you have this little imp flying along. He flies. So you do have a walking speed, Peachy, but you are a flying creature flying around.
It says I'm pretty fast. Is that right? Did
Yeah,
make
I
a
think you
mistake?
are. You're pretty damn
Oh, okay.
fast. Flying around in this, you guys are in like a forested area, just to the right in this high forest of where the camp is, and you're sort of hunting around. So we see one little impish creature flying around. I guess next to or near the imp, there's a much larger creature, not the largest of all the creatures, but a slightly larger creature in Wolfsco Raw's character. Who do we see for you, Wolf?
Slightly larger? All right, fair enough. I am a 7 foot tall Minotaur.
And you're not the biggest?
I'm not the biggest,
No.
apparently.
I
So
don't
there's
think
that.
so.
I'm a Tempest Cleric, where the elements guide me. All hail Earth Mother. Also, if you wonder how I look, I'm bare-chested, but I'm wearing steel gauntlets, steel legs, and I have large horns that protrude forward. And I have a grey beard and a grey mane.
Nice.
And I look fucking badass.
So we have a badass looking cleric, minotaur, huge.
Also, by the way, I'm not sure if Peachy mentioned his name, but if anybody is wondering, my name is Ragnar Stormroar.
Ragnar.
I have an equally cool name. My name is Mitch Higgins.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
I've been on Brad one-shots before.
Yeah. You know how quickly this is going to derail. All right. So I guess we see these two creatures, an imp and minotaur, and then sort of another flying, floating, levitating type creature, the weirdest probably looking of the group in Distracted Elf's character. What do we see for you, Elf?
You see a grell, which are like flying brain with a beak and like lots of tentacles that like hang down from it. The tentacles, one hangs like slightly lower than all the other ones, and it's carrying a trash bag full of my belongings,
Yes.
basically. Because there's no other way for me to carry anything. No, that's
So there's a brain type creature with tentacles and a little beak, no eyes, floating around with a trash bag, knives and hand axes attached to it and stuff like that. Heading along next to this imp and this minotaur. And then last but absolutely not least, there is the largest of all. I presume the largest, your boy. I mean, I don't know if you have a size or whatever, but I would imagine out of all of these creatures, you are the largest one.
I'm 13 feet tall.
There we go, 13 foot tall. So,
Yeah.
what do we see in your character, you boy?
Apparently, hold on. In height, I think I'm like some crazy weight too. I'm not entirely sure.
This is the other head. I am an Etten. Ettins are known for their, we're basically Siamese twins. We share the same body, except each head controls one different arm. This guy right here is Aviv. He's a wizard, and I'm Gakyu. I'm assuming it's Gakyu, not Gasiu. And I am the fighter. That makes his full name Aviv Gakyu. You combine the names for the full name.
Correct.
I am an Etin. I'm not the smartest man, but these bunch of people give me the human food that I so crave and love.
Yeah.
And large amounts of entertainment. And so here I am.
Yes.
I'm giant, and the biggest thing is I have a tiny, tiny pair of short shorts above my other outfit, which underneath lays chainmail. So,
so we have an enormous Etin in short shorts.
Yeah.
We have a badass-looking cleric Minotaur. We have a crazy-looking brain with tentacles, and we have an imp. The reason that Elf is a Grell, by the way, is because Elf let me pick what creature she would be, and it is a Bradwell classic that a Grell would appear in things, because I like Grells and stuff. So I was like, oh, they are the Grell this time.
Yeah, I mean, I basically went, Brad, you make it, I'll play it. Doesn't matter what it is. And then he gave me a Grell Barbarian.
Grell Barbarian. Grells are like crazy strong. It was like a racial thing. I was like, oh, they're like super strong. The Barbarian actually makes sense with the stats you get as a racial boost for a Grell. So I was like, hey. All right, so the four of you were selected by the rest of the group, Troika, and there's maybe about 10 members in total, so there's probably like 5 other creatures that are part of the low ones, a couple of orcs, a couple of ogres, a couple of goblins, something like that. Tonight you four were the ones which were chosen to go out and hunt, and usually the group makes it a very small competition to see who can catch the most rabbits. So we're going to start off with a little survival check from each of you to see who catches the most rabbits. The number you roll is how many rabbits you catch.
Okay.
If I cast jump on myself, do I get advantage?
Jump?
Yes.
Why?
Jump.
Why would jump give you advantage on catching
Well,
rabbits?
bunnies hop, but I hop farther.
That's some Etin logic there, but yeah, of course it will. I mean, you cast jump on yourself, which just doubles or triples your jump distance, I think.
It triples it, yeah.
Yeah.
It triples the distance, yeah.
So being able to jump around will allow you to have advantage on the survival check. Have you used these sheets before?
I don't know. No. I don't. Yeah, I just rolled a d20 plus +1.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can just click on the word survival in the skills, and it'll do an advantage roll for you. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
So we'll take the 11, and each of you disperses into the forest for about an hour and a half or so as dusk settles on this area of the world near Red Larch, near the high forest. Each of you reconvenes a little ways out from the camp as night falls, and you each have the amount of rabbits akin to your score there. So technically the Grell carrying somehow in 21 separate tentacles.
Listen, I've got like 7 or 8 tentacles, so I can dangle like one midway up and then like one at the bottom of like wrap it around, you know? Like
I mean, you say that, but a rabbit is like twice my height, and I'm dragging 13.
Yeah.
Like, that's impressive.
But you are known as the group's mailman, so you're actually the person who Troika sends off to deliver messages if ever needed to. So you've probably got like a satchel of holding. I'm gonna give you a little mailman's satchel of holding, okay? So your mailman's bag, which is in your inventory, you can add of holding to the end, just purely because you rolled just because you rolled 13. So yeah, I guess each of you reconvenes after an hour and a half to decide the winner amongst yourselves.
So,
I come back and I don't have any rabbits. I ate them all.
All right, so you have none. They've all been out.
just sat there.
I'm
eating
kind of licking my
rabbit.
fingers when I come back. But
I float there in front of the Etten, having reconvened with everyone, with my bunnies all wrapped up in the various tentacles draped from my brain head, and kind of just go like 10 and 10 and 1.
can only count to
So
10.
that'd
Because
be 21 then.
yes,
Good job. Me too.
I guess that's
Yo, who was to catch the mouse rabbits, you idiot?
They were tasty. I wanted to eat.
Peachy, roll me a deception check. If it's high enough, the group will just simply. No, actually, everyone can roll me insight checks against Peachy's utter lie. Mitch's lie.
Oh, that's right. I just click it. This is so weird.
Yeah, you just click it. It's all done for you. You
I'm
believe.
not wise.
Oh my
I am
God.
not wise.
Everyone believes. Everyone believes that in the satchel of holding, Mitch is holding 21 rabbits. You're also each kind of aware that Troika himself will need 15 rabbits, and you need to feed yourselves and the other 5 members. I mean, I think you've cleared that.
I immediately scarfed down like 2 rabbits from my total because that seems like
I'm like hanging on to the tail of the last one, trying to pull it out of your mouth. Girls have mouths.
They got beaks.
Yes.
They got like
Okay,
a
I'm
bird
like
beak.
flapping. No, you must not eat this one. For the master.
It's fine. Have plenty.
Perhaps you should give them to me so I can look after them.
Nope.
I want rabbit.
Nope. Take back now.
I'm still like you're trying to swallow and I keep pulling it out of your throat.
How strong are you?
Not very.
Not enough.
I guarantee you I'm strong.
I mean, you can do contested strength checks if you want to do, like athletics checks, maybe.
Can I get advantage because I've got wings?
No. But 16 was pretty good because you actually pull it off. You actually managed to whip this thing. It's more of a dexterous thing. as you-
Tentacles are a little bit slimy, so it just kind of like slips out of my grasp.
Slips through.
And I just like hit into a tree.
Holding this rabbit, which is probably weighing you down. All right, so I guess each of you have captured your rabbits. Your winners for tonight are Mitch and what is your name, Elf?
Cricket.
Cricket. Yeah. I named you. I forgot.
It's a really easy sound to make with a beak. It's
Yeah.
not. She doesn't. I don't know if growls have a gender. It is not not actually called cricket so much as it's called.
It's just the only noise it can make.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's probably your name's probably like Clive or something, but nobody knows what you're actually saying, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could name yourselves in the thing. That might be easier for me to remember everyone as well. All right, so as you guys head back to your camp with tonight's dinner at dusk ready to be cooked up and eaten, you see from a distance like a set of multiple fires. They're far too large to be campfires, and they are definitely coming from your camp. Presumably you run or fly or float as fast as you can to head into the campsite, unless you are going to try and stealth up and stuff. But basically there is some sort of terrible fire in your camp at the moment.
I slip a tentacle into the garbage bag that is beneath my multitude of tentacles and pull out a Viking hat. And then I place the Viking hat over my brain case.
All right, so the Grell has like a Viking hat on.
To protect my squishy parts.
Just a beak and
Just a beak and a Viking hat.
Slightly oversized Viking
Is
hat.
that a new hat?
With tentacles. No, same hat.
I mean, it's got horns. I've not seen that one before.
Have many. And I start like digging in the bag and I pull out like a top hat and like a party hat and like all kinds of different hats from the bag. And sort of like just show them and then put them away. And there's one that's like a sleeping cap, and I'm like, oh no, I don't put that away too.
Are any of you idiots worried about the fire? Go faster, Gakio, you idiot!
I'm going, and I was getting a jog.
Do you have to run each individual leg?
Yeah, what? He controls the left.
And he controls the right.
That I can't imagine how difficult it would be for you to run. Does that give you disadvantage on athletics checks when it involves running?
I've done this my whole life.
So you're good at it.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, as good as it is, you could be, right?
I mean, let's find out. Give me an athletics check as you start running towards the camp.
Oh God.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
like-
real good at it.
He's like faster than Sanic right now as he just bolts in. It's so impressive to the rest of you as the Etin.
He'll do bad things to me if I don't run good.
How long does jump last?
1 minute, so it's all
Oh,
gone.
it's long gone. Then, yeah, so the Etin leads the way as you each run into the camp. There are 6 tents which make up the Low One's campsite, and they're all engulfed in flames, like huge flames. It's like these fires have been there for a little while. The other members of the Low Ones lay dead in pools of blood around the camp. There is no sign at the moment of Troika, and I'm going to give you the monster camp right now as you guys end up here. And I'll give you a little map to look around. Give me a second to do this for the stream as well, because I'm completely unoptimized. Yeah, you approach your campsite and all of your tents are on fire. The largest tent here, it belongs to Troika. The 4 on the right belong to you guys, and maybe you share them with some lesser members. You're not necessarily in initiative, as there doesn't appear to be any enemies about, apart from possibly some human bodies on the ground. How do you approach your campsite?
Having seen no sign of Troika, I would like to make a survival check to find out where he may have gone with following footsteps or something.
You're gonna try and look for some tracks.
Yeah, looking for
Troika.
like big Troika footprints.
Yeah, Troika is a giant great. Well, he's literally a frost giant. So, give me a survival check as the Grell comes in with blind sight to see if you can see Troika.
Maybe you can actually watch through tents.
I imagine it is sort of like an echolocation thing. Like there's like a little chirp noise, and then it's sort of like, I get like a sonar of like 60 feet around me.
Like a daredevil thing. Yeah, I think blind sight literally is just the same as normal sight. It's just that you don't need eyes. So I guess it is a flavorful thing.
And you can't see further than 60 feet. Like 60 feet is the maximum distance I can see at.
Yeah.
You can see through smoke and such. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably going to fly straight over to Troika's tent.
Okay, so first of all, the Grell of the group starts looking around for tracks. There doesn't appear to be any tracks, and you can usually tell that there aren't any tracks about. And Mitch flies as fast as he can towards Troika's tent. Does anybody else do anything specific before we proceed?
Might have me. I start taking half of my body to try to go towards one of the human bodies to eat.
And I really don't want to go there because I need to check on Troika, so I'm trying to go the other way.
So I'm currently in conflict.
You're just kind of like clearly you're just doing this, like a little dance.
Like pulling opposite ways. Yeah.
So you don't go anywhere, you just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Ragnar?
I'd rush towards the middle.
Okay.
But I gotta go through of everything.
What did you say you were doing, Elf?
I'm looking for tracks, right? So, I didn't find any, but that was my thing.
Yeah, so there doesn't appear to be any big old tracks or anything frost gianty about. Mitch, the biggest tent here, the one that does belong to Troika and Troika alone, is hugely on fire. The whole thing's completely up in flames. You probably can get into the front flap, and have a little look in there and see what you see.
I'll slip just like halfway through and stick my head through. Hello, it's Mitch. I'm here to save you.
The postman. He pops his head through, his little impish
I
head.
knocked twice first.
Knocks twice, even though the whole thing's on fire. Pops his little head through, and Mitch, inside the tent, you see Troika. He sits in the back but his body is burnt and charred. You're able to make out that he has sort of no less than 30 arrows in him, multiple lacerations and gashes across his body, and his head is missing. The great and infamous three-eyed frost giant Troika has been slain.
Troika, are you okay?
Give me a persuasion check. Unfortunately, you had to beat a 20 for it to speak back to you. Troika says nothing. He just sits there, headless and completely dead, while the entire tent burns around him.
So I come back out and I'm, hey guys, Troika's in here.
Do we see anything else? Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a
And-
perception check, Wolf.
Float
Alright.
over towards Troika's tent and poke my brain case in.
All right. Ragnar's looking around the edges here. Everybody here is dead. All these guys here are dead. This is a human, which is dead. This is a lizard man, apparently. Here's an orc, an ogre, another human over here from you, and then just below you there is a troll. But the troll is sort of very slowly moving. Doesn't look like he's moving much, but he looks like he could very well still be alive. And yeah, that's it.
Do I recognize the troll? Like, is it one of the low ones?
Yeah, it's one of the low ones. All the monsters
Oh, okay.
are members of the low ones.
All towards him then. Or,
All right.
or-
Your boy, have you managed to make a decision, or are you still kind of?
Well, if you look at it, strength save, I was using the advantage to be a roll against, but they got dead even. I'm actually stuck.
So you're still just arguing amongst
Still
yourself.
no, it's not. I mean, there's some arguing, but it's really like, water, food, and going on right now. So.
And still not really making much progress, though. In front of
No.
you, there is a delicious-looking, fresh, dead guard's
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to ask you a very important question, Brad.
Yeah.
And that's in Troika's tent. Is there any alcohol like lying around? Like,
All right. So as you pop your beak around the corner of the tent and your blind sight echolocation reveals to you again Troika completely dead, arrows burnt, lacerations, head missing. Give me a perception check for alcohol.
okay.
Perception check on blind sight is so confusing, but I guess you echolocate. Yeah, there's a nice bottle of fresh, I guess, frost giant whiskey.
I take it with the tentacle and tuck it into my garbage bag full of belongings before anybody can say anything about it.
It is about 2/3 full, and it's called Giant's Misses. And that is now a thing that you have. Give me a dex. Give me a dex save to avoid all the fire.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'll let you have it on a 10. I never know whether to give the fire that makes it breaks it or you, but I guess it's you. So I'll let you just about avoid all of the fire. Whip up the Giant's Misses whiskey, pop it in your little trash bag, and then
Hey, you should be careful. Fire's hot.
skedaddle out.
I don't even bother to reply, and I may not have understood what Mitch said about being careful or fire being hot because he said it too fast. So I just take the alcohol, avoid the fire, and float my way back out the tent. And I go, "Yep, dead."
Can I see his head anywhere in here?
What, Troika's?
Yeah,
Yeah, give me a perception check.
for head searching.
For head searching. No, you, I guess, do you go all the way in, or are you just looking from the doorway?
How on fire is this place? Could I, because I'm flying, can I like dodge the stuff that's up burning?
It's like enormously on fire, but there is an option. You probably could dodge in and out based on the fact that you're usually very nimble and quick. But
Okay.
it is almost completely on fire, like everything.
I will go in because, you know, he needs the head to reply.
All right, give me a dex save as you zip in and out of this place whilst looking around for the head. of Troika, the three-eyed frost giant. Ooh,
Nope.
you are zipping in and out. Some of the flames burn your little wings, burn your little tail. Do you have a tail?
No. I don't have a tail, and it's incredibly embarrassing for me. So thanks for bringing that up, Brad.
I just remembered that little thing. So it burns you on your various areas for 6 points of burning damage as you really poorly avoid the fire because it is very massively on fire, and you're spending too much time looking around for a head, which you don't see. You search the place fairly thoroughly with your eyes, and you don't see the head of Troika in this tent, and you get back out, maybe a little bit singed.
I'm a little bit on fire.
Yeah.
I'm on fire!
A little bit on fire as you zip out of the tent. Ragnar, as you approach this troll, you recognize the troll to be a fairly newish member, picked up by Troika a few weeks ago. His name is Naruto, and he is barely alive right now, but he has like 3 or 4 stab wounds, 2 or 3 arrows in his back, and he's spitting up blood. And as you approach, he tries to lift a hand towards you and just coughs a load of blood up onto his chin.
I go towards him and kneel down next to him.
Naruto, what went down here?
Give me an insight check as he breathes his last breath and blood spills from him as he tries to say something and point
As I see
somewhere.
if he's dying, I just cast Spare the Dying on him.
Okay. You cast
Just right now.
Spare the Dying on him, but it does nothing because he has been stabbed in both of his hearts. And it is too devastating for you to heal at level 3. If you were level 4, you would definitely have been able to save him.
That's the double heart heal spell. I remember.
Yeah.
And no, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Give me a d20. If it's a 20,
Okay.
he comes back to life as your squire. No, he's dead. He coughs up his last bit. You barely get to him, and you barely cast Spare the Dying. But essentially, in turn order, you cast Spare the Dying on the turn after he rolls his crit 1 and dies. He rolled an 8 actually. That's what he did and died on that third death save, and then you cast Spare the Dying. But give
I
me
mean,
Oh,
it
you
would have
did.
been pretty embarrassing to have Naruto the troll squire for the whole thing anyway.
It's fine as long as he can do some
I mean,
walk
I
around
know that Ace needs to know the exact reason as to why his Spare the Dying didn't work, and that's the
No,
best
I'm
reason.
okay
I
with
can
it. Like I already have thrown out logic. If you really wanted to, if I really wanted to fuck you, trolls regenerate without being on fire. He's
They
not on
do.
fire.
They
That's what I
do.
was going to say.
They do. But he's so massively dead.
He's so massive.
It looks
so
like
massively dead.
it looks like someone cast one of the spells which forces you to not be able to take healing points back.
Ah, yes, the anti-troll heal.
I can't remember what the spell is, but there are definitely spells that do it, and this is completely irrelevant. Your insight check reveals to you that he was pointing towards the bushes just ahead of the area there, and he was saying something like trapper.
All right, I loot his body.
All right, so you're going to loot his body. Give me an investigation check. All right, so you're looting his body. You find a very poor depiction of a troll in the form of a doll. It's like a little troll doll, and it looks a lot like the anime character Naruto, but as a troll and as a small doll. It's worth at least 2,000 gold if you can find somebody who will sell to an evil minotaur.
Makes sense.
You have to find that special otaku who wants it.
If you can find the one traveling otaku in the world who is collecting all of these dolls, you can sell it for 2,000 gold. And you also find a potion of greater healing, just because I want him to have even more reason to not be dead, but he is.
Potion of greater healing. All right, I'll take it.
And since you spent that time investigating him, you don't quite notice the crossbow bolts which fire out from the bushes. Give me a dex save.
All right. I'm really good at those.
What? Wow. And what is your
Really
AC?
I'm totally wearing my shield.
Yep.
It's 18.
18. Cool. Neither of them hit you anyway.
Of course not.
You're slightly distracted by the tiny fireball going past your head.
As you're sort of knelt down and looking over this doll, thinking, wow, this could be worth a lot of money to the right buyer, crossbow bolt whizzes over your head, and then a second one tung, strikes your shield, depending on whether it is wooden or metal, depends on whether it bounces off or sticks in it, I guess.
Metal.
Ping! It bounces off of it, and I would like everybody to roll me initiative, please.
That's not good. I don't like it.
As some concealed archers appear all of a sudden from these bushes at the bottom here. The cleanup crew, as they were, I guess.
Did that work? Did my initiative work?
Let's see. All right, so you have to, just for the record, you have to click on your character and then roll initiative. But basically, but I get it. It's all right. It's fine though. You've rolled the number of 9. I just need to get my guys to.
Considering I have a -1, I'm pretty happy.
All right. So let me get these. In. So you should be able to change your 0 on that turn order to a 9. And then I'm going to quickly roll up for these guys.
I'm not in the turn order. 'Cause I didn't roll for my character.
You are not, and neither are. And now I have like 1,000 more archers than necessary. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So let me add you to the turn order. There you go. So you should be able to do it now. Here's a 1. 10 there. And this guy was pretty damn quick, but not as quick as Cricket, who just about manages to notice. You each notice this crossbow bolt which flies over Ragnar's head through the camp, sending a terrible whistling sound behind it, which all of you managed to catch. I'm going to allow. Cricket, you are first. Clearly, somebody is firing crossbow bolts into your wonderful camp. What would you like to do?
I would like to rage, go into a frothing frenzy of quivering tentacles and death.
There's nothing more frightening than a grell in a rage. Normally barbarians are pretty scary, but
and
That one looks angry.
and tuck my head down and just straight up charge them with my Viking helmet shield hat.
all right.
At the ready.
Okay, so you can probably see them now as they've sort of jumped out of these bushes. Their ghillie suits fall off of them, and they're holding crossbows or bows, depending on which ones you're going for.
I'm going for the guy at the back here, this guy.
All right, so you fly towards this guy in front of you there.
Just blast towards him.
Do you get all the way there on your movement, or is this a dash?
Well, I get on my movement, so I can bonus action, but I can't do anything else. So it's like a double movement.
Okay, yeah. No worries. Yeah, so you just come flying forward. You see this ranger's eyes widen in fear as this horrific creature comes flying, levitating very quickly towards him in a Viking hat, all tentacles and beak. Mitch, you also see all of these people that appear from bushes around you. How would you like to proceed?
So I'm gonna fly towards Ragnar and like hang on to one of his horns, like Kong atop the Empire State Building. I can only see this one here, so I'm gonna shoot at him with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, yeah, go for it. That is a 20. That is an absolute hit. How does this Eldritch Blast look?
I didn't think this far through. It looks like.
Neither did I, and I'm doing the whole other bullshit here. Don't worry about it.
It's basically like party streamers and glitter and like craft herpes kind of stuff.
So just party streamers and glitter come flying out of this tiny, tiny little imp and streak towards this ranger, half in a bush, half out of a bush, looking very fearfully towards a grell, and it strikes him in the face as all this Jubilee-esque damage deals 4 damage. 4 damage. What's
I
up?
look around and I say, I hit him in the face.
Yes, you hit
That
him
was me.
in the face. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna just hide behind Ragnar here.
You're holding
Alright.
on to my horn, right?
I'm just like pinned to you. This probably happens a lot. I just sit on you. You don't notice. I'm like 5 inches.
No, that's good. I like it.
The archer, which is to the very sort of left of everyone, in this most left-hand bush here, fires an arrow across the way as the Grell comes flying downwards, but misses. And Ragnar, it is your turn.
All right, with my faithful companion Mitch stuck on one of my horns, I dastardly charge forward. Let's say, I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna go around the bush and just stand right over here.
As he runs towards it, I will stay here. Onward, minion.
You can, if you want to hold on to him, you can give me like a strength saving throw.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Hold on, my little bunion. I'm like charging, like Minotaur charge.
Yeah, what is with these tiny little impish super strength save throws today?
Here we go.
Yeah, you just boom. Yeah,
He's like Spider-Man trying to hold the train off.
yeah, you absolutely hold on to the back of this Minotaur as he barrels around this burning tent, straight into the face of this other guy. So you can put yourself like behind him, like you were in the space behind him, as you are attached somewhat to Ragnar. And that is all you do, Wolf?
Well, I think I took a dash action, so I can't do anything else.
All right, this archer here draws a short sword and tries to swipe at Ragnar with a 16. What is your AC?
18.
18. He ping another one hits the shield. Another one hits the shield. All right, Aviv Gasau, Aviv and Gasau, your boy Daquan, and his two heads.
I heard you the first time.
You are arguing, or you were arguing up until this point, and then
Actually, it happened earlier. The other one won and got to the body as the crossbow bolt went flying.
all right. So you got a mouthful of human skin and flesh.
I caught and looked over like a dog with a bone and then dropped the body. And Ettins are actually real good at communicating when shit's getting real.
Yeah.
So shit gets real and I'm running over. He's,
Get moving!
all right, I'm going.
And then we're gonna barrel. We're gonna barrel over there. What's my total movement with being able to take an action? Do you know?
Let's have a little look.
I have 30 speed.
You have 30
It's been a while.
feet, so you can get to 30 feet. If you use the little ruler on roll 20, you can basically get to anywhere where the 30 feet mark
Right.
is. So here, and then if you want to go further, you use a dash action.
how far is that archer from me?
Which one? This guy?
Yeah, that's too far, damn it.
40 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm on my way here.
What are you trying to do?
You'll see in time.
All right, okay. Because you're a multi-class, right? You're a fighter wizard.
I am a multi-class, yeah.
All right, because I don't really know what you can do, so...
Yeah, you're on that. Oh, wait. I'm gonna, this turn, I will cast, oh boy, that's a big word. Let's go with a blade ward, actually.
Okay.
We'll go with a blade ward this
This is
turn.
easy to say.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, and that gives you some sort of resistance to slashing.
Yeah, I'll
piercing
find you
stuff.
the exact stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's resistance.
All right, yeah. So in front of the Grell, this ranger with a crossbow drops his crossbow, whips out a short sword, and just swipes and slashes towards you for a 16. What is your AC? You're muted.
I'm not sure that hits me. Let me check.
Raging.
Says 15, but I have a shield, which is +2, right? So because I got my helmet on, so that's 17, right?
I don't know if the 15 is plus. So let me think. So the unarmored bonus is Dex plus Con. Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is 13 plus.
Plus 2. So
Okay, so it is 15. So you hit
15
me.
with the shield. Yeah.
So you hit me.
All right. So this short sword runs across the top of this Grell. Well, not the top, because that's where your hat
I've
is.
got my Viking hat.
Yeah, it runs across the bottom of the Grell, dealing 5 slash damage. Piercing damage? Slash damage? One or the other. Either way, you have resistance in rage, I think. No, do you? Are you?
Yeah.
I do. I have resistance, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. I don't know my barbarians well enough.
It's half damage. And it's
Yeah,
rounded.
it's half damage, yeah.
Half rounded
Yeah.
down of 5, so it will deal just 2 damage to you. So yeah, he kind of runs his sword across you, but even though you look like a weak little brain, it kind of barely cuts into your skin, and the fear on his face expands, and he starts to tremble and shake as the archer over on this side sends in an arrow towards Ragnar. 14 misses, so an arrow straight across the top of Ragnar again, strikes into that burning tent beyond, and then Cricket, the Grell, it is your turn.
I would like to declare reckless attack as my tentacles quiver with rage. And you can see sort of like froth coming out of the beak, you know, like rabid Grell froth. I would like to frenzy, and I would like to reckless attack, and I'm gonna frenzy, so I get a bonus attack on the bonus action. So I'm gonna attack twice.
Yeah.
On this guy.
With advantage.
So here with advantage, yeah. So here we go. Here goes nothing. We're gonna attack with my tentacles. So I swipe out with my tentacles twice.
Both hits.
And tentacle him for a grand total of.
Jesus.
He's dead. He's dead. How do you want to kill him?
25 damage. I would like the tentacles sort of like all raised towards him, like, you know, kind of shivering, and dart towards him and like grab him all around and just crush the life out of him. Like he just immediately like hugged to death.
Yeah, and it.
It's like a crushing. You can hear the bones cracking.
There's a crunching and a grinding as the bones compress under all this the immense power of these ridiculously extra rage frenzy field tentacles. Crush him into nothing, and then you let him go, and this limp, broken figure falls to the ground in front of you. One of the archers on the one.
I think I still have movement, right?
Yeah, you can still move. It's just that the archer is going to shout, "Captain's dead!"
And then I'm going to use my 30 feet of movement that I still have. Where can I get to? There.
You know what the best part about this is? That massive damage doesn't even account for the rage damage you get as well.
No.
Yeah, I think you can still add more damage to that, but he's outright destroyed. Mitch, it is your turn.
Wow.
So I'm gonna look at this guy down here, and I'm gonna shout at him. I can barely see you for the bush. Where are you, my wife? And I'm gonna cast vicious mockery at him.
All right, 12. No, that's a fail. Whatever. Yeah, he fails that.
He has disadvantage on his next attack.
So he takes 1 damage. Which one are you hitting? The one in front of Wolf?
Oh, the one in the bush. The archer down here.
Oh, the bottom one? Okay. Yeah, no worries. And yeah, so he sort of flinches as he takes a little bit of psychic damage there, and he's visibly upset. You've referred to him as...
He's probably confused as to what I'm married to.
Yeah. This archer can't see you guys very well anymore, so he moves forward and then launches in another arrow at the back of this weird brain-like creature. 17 is a hit, you said, and does he have advantage to hit you? Is that what it is?
He does, yeah. Oh, it's melee attacks, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if it's ranged attacks. Let me check.
I believe it's all.
Yeah, melee weapon attacks. It's not ranged attacks that get advantage.
Okay, well, it was a 17 on the first roll anyway, so
Well,
that
that's a hit.
arrow comes in and it basically just pings off of your hard Grell brain skin. It dealt 2, which is obviously reduced to 1 as it does nothing, and he can't believe it. He thought he had killed the Grell with a perfect shot, and it doesn't even hurt you. It's like it leaves a tiny bruise. Ragnar.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm going to walk 10 feet back, take an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm. 19.
Alright.
Slashes you
hits.
for 4.
Sorry, what?
Slashes you across the back for 4.
That's fine. I'm gonna brace myself. Horns forward. And run 10 feet, which gives me bonus damage on my gore attack.
And you're gonna gore at him, so you just kind of go full.
I'm definitely still holding on.
Yes, you are.
Give me a strength save.
Oops, wrong sheet. There we go.
No. Whoa! As he runs full pelt forward, you're kind of left behind over there, yeah. Give me that damage or attack or whatever it is that Gore does.
I first let's make an attack roll, I guess. Oh.
12 is a miss, so, yeah, you kind of run at him and he pulls out this red sheet and then just goes, huh! And you follow the red sheet one way instead of actually hitting the guy, and he kind of wipes his brow.
Makes sense.
Whew. Thank God. He's like,
Brethren, be careful, they have mastered the red sheet.
he's like Spanish looking. He's got like one of those long curling mustaches. He's like, oh, that was very close. I can't do a Spanish accent, and I apologize for the horrendous racism there. Archer over here. Oh, it's him, same guy. Brings out his short sword and attempts to attack the ball with a 17 again.
Miss.
And strikes you for 5 further damage. So as you go and hit the red thing, wait, is it a miss?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I thought you said your thing was 16. No, then he swipes at you, but you appear from outside of the red thing as it floats to the ground, and he just misses you as our Etin friend behind everybody stumbles into the fray.
All right, I'm moving up towards this one. Now he's out. And
as Aviv kind of spreads out his hand, Gakio goes,
What? Don't poison him. I want to eat him. You know I like him live.
Yeah, fine.
and I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on this archer.
Okay, the archer is doing this, and then he hears this conversation and just turns slowly towards you, aware that he very well could become your next meal. All right, so Tasha's hideous.
So he has to take a Wisdom saving throw, and if he fails, he falls on the ground and becomes incapacitated and prone and laughing like crazy.
Hey, he rolled a 7, so that's a fail, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
As he kind of turns sideways, the look of fear turns to a Joker-like grin, and he and falls to the ground on his back, laughing and cackling, rolling around on the ground there. He lets his bow and his arrow. He had an arrow knocked, which kind of just flies up into the air next to him, and he finds that absolutely hysterical.
Yay! Meat!
All right, yeah, that's my turn.
All right, so he's absolutely cracking up, and it is now the ranger is dead. It is now the archer all the way down here who has disadvantage, I think, on his attack, which he is going to launch towards Mitch. Disadvantage 12, 9, 9.
Miss.
The headache setting in from his vicious mockery sends off an arrow, misses the imp, who is probably still spinning in the air from being left behind.
Who shot that arrow?
The archer, not the one that the one in the bottom right corner. Not the laughing dude. Laughing dude's fucked, right? He's incapacitated.
Yeah. So
he's destroyed.
At the end of his turn, he can get another Wisdom saving throw, though.
Okay. Elf, there's a sound of laughter behind you, and a Spanish matador in front of you.
Yes, but I can see that both of those things are handled, so I'm gonna go for our friend down the bottom here.
Okay.
The tentacles seek another victim as I reckless attack frenzy this guy with crushing tentacle power.
That is definitely a hit, and definitely a hit. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna squeeze him for 17.
Repeat. Repeat
again,
the death.
This is just like a charge, hug, smush.
Yeah,
Like,
he like
enough that I just like rip the top half and the bottom half of him just like clean in different directions.
yeah, he's kind of rubbing his head because he's got this like tiny, minuscule, vague headache from a vicious mockery, and he's just trying to kind of rub away the pain, and then suddenly all these tentacles seek him out, and he is crushed and ripped into 3 or 4 pieces, and that's the last thing he remembers is like, damn, I wish I had some like Advil. and then as you utterly and completely destroy another archer. Mitch, it's your turn.
So I'm going to fly over and land between the 2 heads of Abercrombie.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Which one's Finch? What are you doing, you fools? Kill him! And I'm going to shoot another Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
Down there.
That is a miss. No, it isn't actually. He's on the ground and completely messed up, but he's prone, so actually you have disadvantage. So it is a miss, I think. Do spells count for the range?
Attack rolls. It's attack rolls. It's a range attack roll, so yeah.
Unless incapacitated gives you any sort of advantage, I don't know why I can't see what this does, but yeah, you sort of.
Oh, he's on the floor.
You sort
should adjust my aim.
You sort of berate Abercrombie and Fitch, and then miss your attack.
I gave you a handy marker to show where to attack.
The dude on the ground is just cracking up laughing. Rolls an 8 and carries on laughing. His face looks strained with confused fear as he continues to laugh. Ragnar the Minotaur.
All right. With the red cloth in front of me, I just feel angered.
See red.
I see red indeed, and I'm gonna hit him with a inflicting wounds.
Oh damn!
I'm gonna grab at his face with inflicting wounds, and
do it.
Nothing
happens.
Hold on, I'm not sure why it's not working.
Just roll your standard D20 and stuff.
Yeah, hold on.
D20 plus whatever it is, 5.
Fucking hell!
You try and like inflict wounds on this dude, and as you hold a hand out, he just throws a red napkin in the air, and you kind of as he dodges out of the way, as you're completely weak to anything red and
the napkin was the target all along.
Anything red and silky. You inflict wounds on the napkin. Give me damage to the napkin.
I don't know why it doesn't work. Hold on. It's what, 3d10?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, you inflict wounds on the napkin and it just turns completely black and then turns to like ash and falls to the ground, and you're no longer distracted, and that is why when he swings his short sword at you, you get your shield down in the way and manage to deflect his attack. Mr. Aviv and Aviv Gasao.
What do I have to do? It's a concentration spell. Do I have to check it every turn, or am I good?
No, you're good. You just, if you take damage, you might drop it, or you can manually drop it yourself, or if you cast another concentration spell, then that one will drop.
Alright, time to kill it. I'm coming. Hey, I'm gonna swing my giant battle axe down on it.
Alright, you have advantage. You need to attack with your battle axe itself.
Yeah, I click on battle axe, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
14 hits.
Alright.
Do I just click on the damage now, or?
So you click on, underneath the 6 and the 14, there's battle axe, which you can highlight, so you click on that and it rolls your damage for you.
I clicked on battle axe and it didn't give me my damage too, but it's okay. I'll click on the damage.
Oh, what the hell?
Nope. Well, yep. It's only giving me that every time I click on it.
I don't know what that means. You know what that means?
Battle axe in natural roll window.
Click on it in the roll window. Like, you know where it says battle axe under your roll? Click that.
Yeah, in the actual chat window on the right, like.
Oh, yeah. This is, okay. I'm gonna just roll it manually and I'll figure it out.
That's fine.
There was an error with my formula now. Okay, where is this rolling thing from the chat window?
So
oh yeah, in the cogwheel, huh?
No.
No.
Under
No.
like where we saw that you rolled a 6 and a 14, then the 8 and the
Yeah.
24. Literally
Yeah.
under the 6 and the 14, the word battle axe in that window. You can highlight it; it will turn red. 10. As you strike into this dude on the ground who's sort of rolling around laughing, you chop off his legs and he laughs hysterically as this battle axe cuts off both of his legs, and he looks down and goes and carries on laughing. He looks like he might be on roughly 1 HP.
Good to eat next turn.
He will die of blood loss at some point if you leave him alone. This archer is dead, so it's Cricket's turn.
Continuing my absolute rampage, I'm going to get up behind this archer that is with Ragnar.
Yeah, it looks like Ragnar is really struggling against this dude because he keeps pulling out little red
Over
things
here.
to distract
My
him.
only weakness.
Yeah, reach up behind this archer, and while he's facing Ragnar, I'm gonna snake a tentacle over his shoulder and like tap him on the shoulder with it, so that he turns around, and then I frenzy, double attack him as I have been doing.
Yeah. He's looking around for like other bits of red cloth that he can use when suddenly he sort of turns slowly to see this horrendous Grick. And yeah, again, all tentacles strike, and he's straight up dead. He's definitely dead. So how do you want to kill this one? Exactly the same.
I tap this one on the shoulder. He turns around, and then I slap him across the face with one tentacle, like a backhand tentacle slap, and then the other tentacle just pierces through his neck.
Nice.
And
Yeah, like fucking Species.
Yeah.
You remember that movie that
Yeah.
was basically softcore porn in the 90s, but yet somehow they were like, no, it's a horror movie, we promise. Mitch, it is your turn. In one corner of your eye, you see Cricket just mutilating another human archer. Aviv Gasal has just mutilated another archer below you. What do you want to do? He's
The one with no legs is still alive, right? So I'll just
Barely.
like fly. I'll like fly around Aviv's. No, which I don't know which head is which. This is very confused. I'll switch.
This is Aviv. I'm Gakyo.
Right, I'll just keep flying around Aviv's head, and I'll see that the guy isn't quite dead. And I'm like, I said you should probably kill him, and I punch him in the face.
all right. Yeah, give me a punch. You miss. Wait, who are you punching? Aviv?
Why are you trying to punch me? I agree with you.
I mean,
Oh, now you're going to get it.
even if Mitch hits
You look
you,
both the same to me.
it doesn't hurt because he's like this big, and his tiny little fist is like being hit by like a toothbrush or something. It's like
Ow.
nothing.
Like an old-fashioned boxer as well.
The archer on the floor fails another intelligence check.
Or wisdom check. It's wisdom.
Or wisdom. Either way, it's a 4. Ragnar.
All right. I give a nod to Cricket and start looting the body.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
I give a frothy chirp back to you and look around for more, while I'm like looking around for more things to kill. The frothy chirp probably sounds something like, "Oh no, I can't do it. I can't do it."
You have to now.
I think
I insist.
Now you have to.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, give me an investigation check. Is that what that is, and it's still not worked?
Yep, still doesn't work. I got 11.
11. Yeah, checking this dude over, you find a short bow, a short sword, and 17 gold pieces. This guy was rich.
Yeah, there you go. And then I'll take the rest of my movement and I'll start walking.
Menacingly.
Do I know which one was the captain? It's the middle one, right? Or the one in the...
When this one was killed, they shouted that Captain was dead.
Right, I'll start walking towards him.
Okay. And then Aviv and Gakiao, your turn.
Has he bleeded out?
No.
Can I? Is there anything stopping me from just eating him?
No.
Well, I'll pick him up and I'll eat him.
Done. You kill him.
Yeah, I'll bite off like, just kind of juggle his body a little bit, and then just.
You just start
pop
eating
down.
him like a massive apple.
Yeah.
And you guys successfully defeat the archers who were laying in wait to sort of finish off any stragglers that come back. They weren't quite expecting to be overwhelmed so heavily by 4 of the strongest members of the Low Ones. And as the combat comes to an end and Ragnar starts to look over some of the bodies, Gakyao just eats some human flesh.
Yeah, Gakiao just caught, crunching him, but Aviv,
I got punched in the face.
Yeah, let's resolve
So
that.
I'm going to make what's your name? I'm gonna make Mitch smell like flowers with prestidigitation or whatever, however you say that word.
Yeah, prestidigitation.
Yeah. You now smell like beautiful flowers. It's disgusting.
My God! Is there no end to your evil tyranny? Oh!
And with that,
I'm gonna
someone's
fly
rolling some
over
shit.
to what is this thing? An orc? Naruto,
troll.
and I'm gonna rub myself in his armpit a bit.
Yep.
Can
I
I,
see,
can
to
I,
try and remove the smell.
can I just state that my rage is over, which means I have a level of exhaustion. But as my tentacles sort of like flop, I reach into my garbage bag full of things and I pull out the Giant's Misses whiskey, and I sort of like put it with a tentacle up to my beak, and then realize you can't really drink from a bottle with a beak.
Yeah.
So like tilt all the way back and like bite the top of the bottle off, and it just like flows out onto my like face and beak and down my tentacles, like chugging this
Nice. Yeah.
alcohol.
Give me a con saving throw.
Okay.
No, it does not reduce your exhaustion level by 1.
It's a shame.
But you do get a bit drunk. As you start to hover a little bit, like with the exhaustion and with the alcohol, you start to hover a little bit, like lower to the ground. Some tentacles dragging along.
It's a drunk, tired Grell.
Mitch tries to wipe off the arcane magical smell of flowers with troll.
God, this is disgusting.
With troll pit smell. Give me a flat d20.
Okay.
To see whether the troll's armpit is stronger than magical wizard powers.
Yeah.
It just about is, but there is an undertone of smelly flowers to this utterly awful stench of sweat, troll sweat.
Of dead troll armpit.
Dead troll sweat.
It lasts for 1 hour, so
Yeah. However, it is a prestidigitation is only just not as powerful as dead troll armpit. So there is if you wash yourself, Peachy, you will smell like flowers. Your body smells like flowers, but it's covered in troll pit.
Right.
And with that, we will go to a break and give everybody 5 minutes to go and take those Class A drugs that we mentioned at the beginning. And when we'll return, we'll find out what the group does next, as they've killed everyone who possibly could tell them what happened here. So we'll see. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Bye.
yeah. I mean,
everyone. Welcome back to the stream, the professional public stream, the professional live broadcast. So, this group of creatures, terrible, terrible creatures.
Heroic creatures.
Heroic in their own eyes, but terrible to any other adventuring party or good guy or whatever in the world. These group find themselves in an area where all of their comrades are dead. They are the last surviving 4 low ones. Also, I forgot to mention that something magnificent, something wonderful, something very special is going to happen right now, and that is that your boy Daquan, your character gets inspiration, which has never happened on my channel before.
Oh my god, Brad just gave inspiration.
I forget it happens so much that I actually forgot to give it to you in the first hour when I first saw the outfit. And that's how much you were supposed to have it at the beginning for literally having the best outfit that anyone's ever made on this channel, including when I was dressed as Lightning from Final Fantasy 13.
Yes, that was way better. Shut up.
And yeah, so you have inspiration, which essentially just gives you advantage on like one roll, whatever you want.
Well, it's perfect because what I found out is a loophole for your little troll rolling thing. You're actually less than 1 cubic foot, bitch.
So I'm going to clean you myself. And with prestidigitation, I can do 3 things at once with it.
I turn
I'm going to
invisible.
cast it again and turn you clean.
I'm invisible now.
How does invisibility work on prestidigitation?
You don't know I'm gonna cast it. I just cast it. What?
You just told me. I see
No.
next year, then I fly to the other side.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh.
You smell like flowers again, and then turn invisible.
Yeah, but don't they need to see me to cast it?
No, because he did it before you.
I was
Turn
just
invisible.
explaining what was
He
happening.
was explaining it as
He
your
was
boy
trying
Why
Nick
do you
One.
always say what you're going to do before
Yeah.
you do it? Have you not heard of the element of surprise?
Well, it's better than just being like, you are now clean.
And that is precisely why you are now clean.
Yeah.
Now, I drunkenly sort of float along to next to everybody else over here, except for our Minotaur friend who is somewhere else, looting the ranger. But I go, important thing.
What was his name?
Raise-
Tyrell?
Raise the tentacle and point at myself. I in charge now.
I don't think so. This invisible voice says.
What? I have blind sight. I can see you.
Damn it!
Well, I guess
No! Why would we let something like that be in charge?
I don't really want to be.
I think that I would do a great job, quite frankly. Better than that frost troll ever did.
Why don't you stop being mean to the rest of them?
If you two could just shut up for one moment while I explain why I am now in charge.
You smell gross.
It's disgusting.
Still
Wish I
pointing
was
at
dead.
still pointing at myself with a tentacle and kind of wavering slightly in the air because I'm
I
drunk.
fly up to your tentacle and like just go in front of it in between the tentacle and you. As you see, I have been commanded to be in charge by the growl.
Not name.
I apologize, my strange friend.
If you would like to, if you would
Is
like
that
to,
how you pronounce it?
if you would like to each state why you should be the leader, if you wish to be the leader, we can hold like a king's moot here, like where you each state.
Well, I was about to do that anyway.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to become the leader can state why, and then we'll roll contested persuasion checks
Okay.
to decide who wins.
What was the boss's name again?
Troika.
Draco. I should be leader because strongest kill lots things.
Well,
What?
go on.
I said what? Yeah, that's all I heard to say.
This is the best D&D character ever made. So I produced this this parchment, which was written by Troika himself. As you can see, it says here, in the case of Troika's absence, I will be in charge.
I look eyelessly at a piece of paper I can't read because I can't see anything.
Ace, give me an investigation check.
Echolocate seeing stuff, so.
Oh man, you don't find it.
I think.
There's nothing on him of worth.
I think Aviv. Oh, that's for the.
No papers, no orders, no.
No, not that you see.
Okay.
You're like looking in all the wrong places. You don't check his bag or his pockets. You just check in his boots and under his cap.
Alright. I'm gonna specifically check his boots and his pockets and the rest.
Not with the 6 you aren't. You just think you did, but you're actually getting distracted by them doing their king's moot thing over there. You're like, yeah, I've checked his pockets and his bag. There wasn't anything in there. That was crazy. I'll check under his hat and his boots. Oh, weird. Nothing. Weird. Strange. Sorry.
Well,
Wait a minute. Troika said that he would be in charge. Did Troika know they were gonna die? And weren't you the post boy for the camp? Seems odd that you would be put in charge.
Technically, I was his most trusted ally. Yeah.
You were a post office. I would rather the brain with tentacles be our leader over you.
My tentacles quiver excitedly at the thought that somebody wants me to be in charge. I cannot contain my joy.
Look, as much as I would prefer any of you to be in charge, this piece of paper forces me to be in charge.
I would like to reach a tentacle out towards the piece of paper in Mitch's hand. And I would like to take it and rip it into small pieces.
Isn't he invisible though?
I have blindsight. I can see him.
Blindsight.
Oh. Then
I don't want him to do that.
I guess contested dex checks of some sort.
well, wait. If he's holding a piece of paper for us, don't we see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we see like where he is when he's holding a piece of paper out?
Invisible makes
think
everything
my-
you're holding invisible as well, so.
Well, then we don't see the piece of paper.
It's a concentration. I probably turned it off then. So you can see said paper. But yeah, I don't want this thing ripped up.
Yeah, give me like dex saves, I guess. Just contested dex checks.
Oh, that shouldn't be hard.
No! Well, this is...
Flies up out of the way.
It turns out grabbing pieces of paper while you're drunk and exhausted with a tentacle is really hard.
Yeah.
Well, this is my first act as leader. I think we should find Troika's head.
Can I light it on fire?
You want to lie in the fire?
Well, I have one
Lie
more
in the
left.
fire?
I have one more effect I could have going on right now left, and that's to instantaneously light a candle, a torch, or a small campfire, meaning a small object. So I think I could light said piece of paper on fire.
Then, yeah, 100%. It just ignites and burns away in your
No!
hands.
I'm like flying back and forth trying to put it out.
Yeah.
And I'm with the winds just like making the flames bigger and bigger. No!
Wait, can you show me the piece? Oh, what a shame. Well, looks like Troika's orders are gone. Guess it's up to us to decide now.
That's
What
fair.
about
If we find its head, we can ask him himself.
You said you want me, not him.
No, I said rather a brain tentacle thing to be leader than him. Realistically, that's not really a recommendation. That's just saying a rather.
I just stare at the end, and I don't have eyes, so I'm just like you can tell I'm looking at you though, and it's just one of those like I do not understand anything you just said, like level of stares.
Blind
like,
sight. The blind sight stare. That classic
Yeah,
blind sight stare.
Yeah, the classic no eyes stare at you maneuver, and then I just go, what?
What about a cow? What does the cow want?
I've dragged the captain's body with me to the group. Just watch that captain. Couldn't find anything on it though.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about who our leader is.
I believe we already agreed that I would be the leader.
Nobody agreed that.
You are a stupid little imp.
I slap at him, just like in his face a bit.
Hey, get off! Get off!
I mean, yeah, that happens. Cricket, give me a perception check.
Okay. By the way, guys, this is what you call derailing.
Cricket loses the ability to use blind sight for roll me a d5.
What?
Brad did some research.
For 3 minutes. The alcohol and the exhaustion.
I'm just floating there looking a little bit concerned. So now I can't see anything. I'm just blind.
You're just normal blind.
As we're having this fight, I turn around and what is the tentacles doing?
Tentacles? Hello?
What?
I believe it's pronounced tentacles.
What number am I holding up right now? Can you even see? Are we about to indict a leader who can't even see anything?
There's just a lot of chirping coming from me. Like this weird sort of sibilant, trilling grell chirp. I'm clearly talking in grell. But like I'm a little agitated. You can see the twitchy sort of ends of my tentacles, going a little odd agitation as I wait out this blindness, trying to sort of like feel my way around the air around me.
Oh, Aviv, I'm tired. I'm taking a seat.
Regardless, should we avenge our mate?
Huh? I didn't have a wife in this camp.
I never once had sex with that man.
What?
Definitely not twice.
You mean our camp? You want to? Yes.
I'm hungry. I'll eat. I want more humans. So yeah, if it brings more humans, Tor, I mean cow. I'm gonna call you cow. You kind of make me hungry, but I like humans better. Let's go.
They took from us, we take from them.
Which one was the captain? The one just below us.
Am I
Holding by its collar.
can I see yet?
No?
I'm gonna flap about and like get inside his pockets and have a look.
Give me an investigation check.
Here's where we all fail the investigation check to find it.
Right?
And
Yeah, you just check under his hat and in his boots, but you don't check anywhere else.
Well, I've checked all the.
You find
places a
you
man
find
would
a
hide some.
you find a hat and a pair of boots, but they wouldn't fit you.
I put the hat on the grill.
All right, you have a tricorn.
I'm
green
blind at the
tricorn.
moment, so I immediately like snake tentacles up to grab whatever's landing on me.
Yeah,
And then I feel that it's a hat. And I'm like, oh,
You now have a green tricorn hat with red feather in it.
I'll put it in the garbage bag.
The uniforms that they are wearing, the Rangers, do we recognize them as being the nearby city?
Give me a history check. Looking on them, you see that each of them has the symbol of Torm on it, which I think is a fist, like a curled fist with an eye.
Yeah, golden.
And you remember Troika saying that he was going to attack a nearby village, but the village is going to be the biggest, most difficult storm that the group has ever taken on. But as a group, with the might of him, you four, and the rest of the low ones, you might just be able to pull it off and get in there, because he believes there to be a huge treasure, one that would take the low ones from low ones to great ones. And supposedly these people were followers of Torm, because Troika was a very deeply religious man, but he followed Bane.
In life before
He followed Bane, and anyone who followed any good justice-based gods, he had a severe hatred for, so he would always talk about how Torm is the worst one. And you recognize that. You're a clever type. You're also a religious type as well, so.
Yeah. Right.
It looks like these guys are probably from the nearby village of Korima, which is where Troika was planning on attacking anyway.
Look, Troika was planning to attack Korima. These fucks were probably from there. So we're not gonna go there now.
Can I see yet?
Yeah, you can see now. Your blind sight
Okay.
slowly, dimly comes back to you.
As my blind sight returns, I dig that tricorn back out and look it over. And I take the Viking hat off and put that in the bag, and I put the tricorn on.
Cool. Yeah, you have. It's a fairly well made. Let's see if it is. No, it's not a very very well made hat, but it's not bad. It's
Okay.
It's just below average craftsmanship.
And then I look to Ragnar and go, "Yep."
Anyway, Troika said we might be able to pull it off with him and the others. But we don't have him or the others now.
Shouldn't we discuss what's really important here? Who's in charge?
Still me.
Persuasion checks. Let's find out. Unless
As he says that, in charge, I am going to use
charge him.
I am going to use Thaumaturgy to create 3 effects. First, the ground starts shaking. Then because there's a lot of fire around us, right? Because everything is burning.
Yeah.
Right. All the fire becomes significantly more intense and brighter.
Yeah.
And my voice starts booming about 3 times as loud.
Okay.
And I look at Mitch. Mitch! Not pretend you are the one in charge.
Give me a persuasion check.
Roll.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Come on, please. Please.
You gotta be at 22.
Wait, what? Persuasion, perception.
Persuasion with advantage. Beat 22.
All right, here we go. 15.
As much
No.
as intimidating and as worrying as it is because of all the different things around you, the rest of the group kind of feels like Mitch had the better argument overall. Even though he's a tiny little imp and nothing special happened when he simply said I should be in charge.
Except that Mitch also shits himself.
He does? Can you do that?
If you spur up to my spell, you instantaneously clean or soil an object larger than 1 cubic foot. So he also shits himself.
So then,
I mean, I'm like a bird, so I probably just randomly shit wherever anyway.
I mean, yeah. Mitch like states that he should be leader. Ragnar counters the argument. Mitch shits himself, and yet he still seems like he should be leader to you all. He was, after all, Troika's kind of right-hand man, but not really. More like Troika always had him on one shoulder, but it always had that effect, like maybe he was important to Troika. So maybe that's what sways everyone. He always had Troika's ear.
I smell a bit better now because I just pooed everywhere.
Sure.
It just went straight down. It didn't affect your smell. I mean, I can clean you again if you want.
No, I'm fine. Please do not touch me.
Mitch is the new leader of the low ones.
I didn't
started
actually
eating a
think I
rabbit.
would win that.
You and then Ragnar just disgruntled starts just chewing into a rabbit raw. this
Okay.
cow.
Minions, let us rip apart this body and find the secrets within.
I float over to the body, I lift it up with my tentacles, and I rip it apart.
All right. Cool.
I can,
you rip it
I can
apart.
I can make a strength check if you
You
want.
could do that if you want. I mean, it doesn't. At this point, you're definitely able to do it, because he's not really doing anything. He's just laying there dead.
Yeah. When I say rip it apart, I don't mean like I just rip it in half. I do rip it in half, but then I rip those halves into smaller
Yeah,
pieces.
you're tearing it up like you
smaller
would a piece of
pieces.
paper, just constantly ripping.
Because all I heard was Mitch pointing at the body and rip, and everything else was just rah rah rah, common rah rah rah.
Yeah.
Like,
So as you're like ripping him up, you also rip up the map he had on him, and then you try to rip up the cloak that he's wearing, but it doesn't seem to work, and you just toss it to one side and it lands on the ground while you continue to rip the flesh and rend it into tiny pieces.
I pick
Hey,
up the cloak and start wearing it.
You have a cloak of protection.
How would a Grell wear a cloak of protection?
You
that
don't.
was good meat.
You don't have it. Ragnar snatched it up.
I know, but I'm just thinking.
I mean, I don't know. That would have been something interesting to explore, but Ragnar has the cloak of protection, and there's no way Wolf is ever going to give it up until he's
Nope,
dead.
it's fine now, bitch.
But you don't even notice because you were too busy ripping up the human.
I'm gonna take-
Yeah, I just rip it apart.
It's
What
like a
did you
plus one
find?
AC, right?
What? 2 questions at once?
It's what does it do?
Basically gives you +1 to your AC and +1 to saving throws.
Okay. Thank you. just kidding.
While you're wearing it.
I'm quiet at this point. I should see this body getting further ripped apart. I'm okay with this.
I'm just watching it happen.
Okay, Mitch.
What did you find, Cricket?
Meat.
It's not very helpful.
Blood meat now more like. Can we go find something fresh already?
I'm just gonna.
I'll go with my leader.
We have no
point us in
idea
a
where to
direction.
go.
I'm just
We'll
gonna
all start walking.
point a tentacle sort of lazily in the direction of where the town is.
Okay. Do you head that way?
Um,
I guess the Etin probably starts heading that way.
I started.
I'll just get on top of Aviv.
I follow along.
I don't want to fly anymore. I'm tired.
All right, Cricket, give me a survival check.
Okay. I have proficient in survival, which is weird.
All right. You point a tentacle in a direction, and the Etin starts moving that way. And I guess everyone follows.
I mean, I do.
Reluctantly.
Did you stay towards the village, or did you
Yeah.
just?
Well, I mean, I just pointed.
There, it kind of
Say-
choked.
Saying stuff is hard, man.
Do I know this is nowhere near the village?
Give me a survival check. It's close, but it'll probably take you the long way. Essentially, she pointed sort of northwest, and you need to go basically dead north.
I think it would be quicker if we went that way.
There is a very rough road that you know to be north that leads there.
Hark, a road!
Every time you say hark, you get inspiration. So Ragnar tears his cloak of protection in two with an amazing strength save of 20. No. Do you all head towards... do you kind of follow the Etin, who is heading in a general direction north?
I'm going.
Because I figure that...
We know where the city is, right?
I'm like trying to
You know,
steer
like
us
roughly. You
towards
haven't
the
been
road.
there yet, but you were, as a group, you have been maybe here for like a week, and Troika has been like gearing up for this big attack. He mentioned it to a few people that he's going to attack this place called Koromar, which is north of here. Mitch would know where it is because he probably would have been around Troika while Troika was getting a little bit more psychotic about what's in this. Apparently Troika knows of a great gem, a great treasure sort of thing that is in this place. So you generally will have an idea that this village is nearby, but it's all based off of like Troika's madness for desperately trying to find a gem. But it seems that this place would be north of you, yeah. You all going?
Onwards!
Onwards you go to this place. So here again is the map of the region of Red Larch, or whatever this place is called, the Desserin Valley or something, I think. Yeah, Desserin Valley. So you guys start heading out in bearing north, just leaving your camp and the bodies of the low ones behind. The last 4 low ones head out with their new leader, the imp, Mitch, who is somehow the most charismatic one, covered in flowery magical smell and imp sweat, which has been cleaned away, and pooped himself. Still voted in as leader.
Well, to be fair, the other options were this weird tentacle monster, a 2-headed Etin that doesn't make any decisions, and I guess a Minotaur, but he didn't say much.
Yeah, exactly. So of course you guys head out.
I plump up Aviv's like neck muscles and I just relax as I let him lumber towards.
You're on my
me.
horns right now?
No, I'm like in between Aviv's heads.
I swat you off. Hell no, I'm not a mount. Ride the cow.
So, I mean, I'm like in between your heads. I'm gonna have to see you do that, Aquan.
I mean, I'll knock my heads together, but every time.
They just like quickly fly out and you crack your heads together.
Oh!
You idiot! What was that for?
Hey, Super Ying was it resting there?
So the group
Okay,
head
the Minotaur's horns then.
northwards. The Grell keeps pointing the Etin northwest, while Mitch keeps pointing the Grell and the Etin back to a steady north. Ragnar, disgruntled, but also still vaguely convinced that the imp should be leader, follows behind in a lovely new cloak of protection, which he has attuned to give him all of his bonuses and things, and he feels super protected in this new.
Yeah, I'm attuned quickly to things, man.
Yeah, you do. On a one shot, you do. So you eventually you come to a very shoddily made road. It doesn't look like one of the main roads that lead through these places. It looks like a kind of back road that maybe carts go up and down it sometimes. Maybe a few horses and people head along the path, but it's not really an official like King's Road that moves between the major cities of Faerun. However, you do come across this road, and give me perception checks, everyone, as you near this road in the middle of
I'm
the
not
night.
good at it. Not good at it at all.
Someone is.
Is whatever it is more than 60 feet away, Brad?
Yeah. So
I
don't worry.
can't
Don't
see.
even bother. Yeah. You're just like. Yeah. Everything you do is constrained by 60 feet. So we have an 18, a 22, and an 8. So both of the Ettin's heads are just looking down at their feet, concentrating on moving each foot individually ahead of them. However, Ragnar and Mitch, you notice that there is sort of a candle light, maybe 2 of them. They look like they're inside of a structure of some sort far away. But you also hear some somewhat high-pitched kind of screams. They're not really like blood-curdling screams, just kind of coming up from a couple of different sources, coming from the same area. In the very far distance, you can see these 2 window-shaped lights kind of thing, like very squared-off lights. Doesn't look like a great campfire or anything. And you can hear like a scuffle, a noise, something like that, maybe 100 feet away from where you guys are.
Oh, I can still hear stuff.
Yeah, actually, give me a perception for the hearing.
Wait, I don't have any ears either. Can I hear stuff?
I think you
I
do.
assume I can.
I think you do have hearing. So for today, we'll say that you do. You're a special little
I mean,
snowflake.
I've been talking, so probably I
Yeah,
have.
blindsight has all perception besides visual cues required. So hearing would
Okay.
be.
You're a
Technically,
special.
sonar is audio anyway.
You're a special grell. Okay, you're a special little grell. Daddy's special little grell.
So as soon as there's screaming and like sounds of people, I rush towards it. I switch my tricorn hat off my head into the garbage bag, and I take out my Viking hat again and I put it back.
All right, the grell starts.
Where is she going?
You hear that?
I mean, you
Oh,
see
you
it,
see
Mitch.
it? I didn't see it.
You didn't see or
Yeah,
hear
but it's-
anything.
It sounds like people in trouble.
Hmm.
I don't care.
No. Okay.
Did you say people?
Yeah.
Let's get him a move. We go off.
You go.
I realized what I said, and I'm like,
Oh no!
Ragnar,
Yeah,
what do you do?
I follow.
I tap
He's
him.
running
I
in.
tap him on the back of the head. Follow my minion.
Oh dear.
You tap me on the back of the head.
I'm sitting on your horns at the moment.
Are you like you give me a small tap to get my attention?
Yeah.
I use Wrath of the Storm.
Go
Also,
for it.
we've been traveling for an hour. Can I get a dice, a health dice thing back?
A hit dice.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you even get hurt? Wow.
Because you smell like flowers.
I don't think I've ever seen that. That's amazing.
Do another one.
Yeah.
That's something.
I'll do all 3.
All 3, 8 HP back, and then you're gonna are you actually gonna Wrath of Storms him?
Yes.
Okay, well then do that, because it's a
Give me a
reaction.
dexterity stat. He has to make a dexterity saving throw.
What the hell is Wrath of Storms? By
It's
the way?
basically
Make a
Hellish
dexterity
Rebuke
saving
with
throw.
lightning. Ooh, a crit.
All right, fair enough. You take 2 lightning damage.
You just get electrocuted.
Ah!
As Ragnar electrocutes you and then starts running in, and all of you run in. Well, apart from the imp stays there, I guess. Or are you sticking with them now that they're rolling?
I'm still like holding on to like my transport.
Okay, so you're hanging on to Ragnar even though he's
I
electrified.
ain't flying. I'm the boss now.
That's true. I'm sure the end of month review will be absolutely glowing for Ragnar after that.
I wonder if I can pick him up and just throw him.
You can just hear this vague whispering. Strongly disagree. Help.
And as you all run in towards this thing, you the light spilling out over the sort of shoddy path, you actually see these 2 carriages which are on the road, and there is a band of rabid kobolds attacking 2 carriages. They're sort of thin lizard men with a deep crimson colour, patches of even deeper red sort of blotches all over their skin for anybody who doesn't know what a kobold is. And there are humans inside the carriages screaming. There are women and children inside. And then 2 sort of common folk looking men stood atop each carriage, sort of swinging short swords down towards this group of kobolds with like anger and fear stark on their faces. The kobolds themselves are just kind of like, they're in like shitty little bits of cloth around the waist, and they're throwing rocks up, and a couple have some makeshift spears that they're trying to stab at the men on top of the carriage. And as you each get close, you hear a very shrill sound, like somebody heavily blowing into a set of pipes, but not with any intention to make any music necessarily. Can everybody give me a DC 15 whiz save?
No. Where? Just do I just roll wisdom? Is that what it is? Or
Just wisdom save, yeah. There's one next to. There's a smaller box next to your main stats on the top left. Just click on the word. Yeah. All right, so everybody carries on. Everybody carries on running, and they hear this sort of sound echo out from beyond, from one of these carriages, except for Ragnar, who turns around with a look of absolute horror and fear on his face and runs as fast as he can back the way he came, with Mitch attached. Unless you let go.
Can I try and steer him as he's charging?
Give me a strength check, which you've been very good at. No. Ragnar's a massive minotaur who suddenly, for no reason after hearing this strange, like, panpipe noise, turns and flees the area. You also see a handful of the kobolds do the same thing at the same time. They kind of just turn and run away from the carriages. The rest of you
What are you doing, you stupid cow?
I don't like music.
Just like pulling on his hands. The other way, you fool!
And Ragnar just runs in the opposite direction. I'll give you a chance to repeat the save throw in a second. The ones which are running in, which is Elf and your boy, which is not actually you two, it's your characters. What do you do?
I want to eat the people.
Okay, so approaching the nearest carriage, the woman and the child inside see you coming out, and their eyes open even wider. A couple of the kobolds sort of turn and then jump out of the way as this Etin approaches this average-looking carriage with a couple of people in. The man on top sort of slows his swipe and sees you heading in. What do you want to do?
Tasty baby. I want it. Is the man swinging the sword? What's he doing at me? Does he notice?
I mean, if you're going right in next to it, he'll probably attempt to swing his little shitty sword at you, but he doesn't look very good with it.
Well, I don't want him. I want the wife and child. So, I'm gonna poison.
Well, I'm going to poison spray the man up there. So once I get close enough, I let out my hand and I cast it.
Do it, yeah, cast it as you come running in.
Okay, so it should be all set up. Let's see. Yeah.
Con save on this guy. Yeah, no, he very much fails that with a critical 1. So he takes 8 poison damage. Anything else happen to him, or is it just a...
I can check, but I don't think so.
No, it's just damage. So his face curls up as this poison spray hits him. He stumbles backwards. He swings his sword at your head as he's stumbling backwards and misses devastating, like, miles away, and stumbles and falls off of the back of the carriage there, landing. He breaks his neck in the dirt path behind. You hear the woman in the carriage. Ah! And the small child, maybe about, I feel like you're going to eat it, so probably 4 years old, a little 4-year-old girl kind of looks very confused and shocked as to what's going on, looking around at all of these weird reptiles at the window, and then this 2-headed giant, which has just absolutely murdered her father.
It'll all be over soon, don't worry.
All right, so what are you doing, Elf?
I would like to... How many kobolds are around this thing?
There are 6.
Sensing the opportunity to regain our numbers somewhat, I try and corral the kobolds into listening to me. You know, like make enough of a scene that I get some kobold attention.
All right.
Break their legs if I have to. You know?
I guess give me some sort of, like, persuasion or an intimidation check if you want to kind of try and win them over to your side.
I would like to make a sort of nasty hissing noise and intimidate them enough that they're listening, and then go, "You with me now."
And all 6 of the kobolds turn immediately, look at this Grell, and then the ones with spears put them in the ground and bow their heads. The ones which are just throwing rocks fall to the ground and say, "Yes, we are yours to command." You have a kobold army of 6 now. Some of the other kobolds have run off into the distance and they've gone, but the 6 which are around these carriages at the moment that remained after the pipe noise are now yours and become low ones.
Sweet. This is a good case for making me in charge now. So
You have the numbers now. So a little bit further away from what is happening over at the carriages, we see Ragnar running with an imp attached to the back of him, very confused as to why he's running away from these people. Make me another whiz save, Ragnar. Right. Yeah, running away, you suddenly come to your senses like, what the fuck? Why would I ever be afraid of anything that just happened? What's going on as you break the fear, the frightened status?
I turn around. Do I still see humans?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, horns forward, and I start dashing.
All right, yeah. Do you want to... so they're in carriage. There's a woman and a child in one carriage with the Etin sort of reaching in, I guess, one side. And there's a man stood on top of the other carriage with another woman and a small boy in the other carriage, which is in front of the other one. Which one do you want to, like, charge at or do?
Whomever I can actually hit with my horns, because it's only like 5 feet range, so...
Okay, so you just start this...
Yeah, I just start charging.
Okay.
I'll make sure that Mitch is forward. Like, he's not on my horse. So make sure that, you know, if I nick something, he's going to be the first to go.
He'll get caught in between the horn and the thing. Mitch, are you doing anything apart from hanging on?
I'm just screaming, "Charge!"
Is that it?
I'm holding up my little dagger.
The man on top of the other carriage, he sends a short sword down towards one of the kobold legion, and a little sword cuts into the back of one of these kobolds, dealing 2 damage to one of your kobolds there, and the kobold kind of and turns around, but then looks back to you as they are utterly and completely they're like your little unsullied. They won't do anything without your
mother of kobolds.
The mother of kobolds. Cricket. No, actually. Aviv Gakyao. Your turn.
Can I reach the child and eat my popcorn?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
What even kind of check is it? I don't want to do this subtly. I will burst through the carriage.
All right, give me an athletics check.
There is no subtlety involved in this.
That's fine, yeah.
I burst through and grab it by its face.
Yeah, the woman starts batting at your massive hands, but not to no avail. She's very small, very frail and weak, and you have the child in your hands. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, and you do so. You bite into this 4-year-old girl and eat her, and the woman falls down in the carriage, passed out.
Oh God!
As you eat the tasty nourishment of small human child, and
inspiration for eating a child.
He's already got an inspiration.
That was hard to roleplay, but it's okay. We're couldn't it?
Well, he's already got an inspiration, so you can
it's too late.
only have one. You could have had a definite roll on that thing, but it's all right. You Grell turn. It's the Grell's turn.
I would like to take this turn. I look at my kobolds and I see that guy on top of the other carriage, like attacking my kobolds. And I leave the kobolds and I say, I don't say anything, but I leave the kobolds where they are. Don't tell him to do anything.
Mhm.
And I would like to rage, frenzy, reckless attack the guy on top of the carriage. I'll float up there and just tear him into small pieces.
Give me that attack roll.
Okay.
Fucking hell yeah. Fucking,
Wow.
this is gonna be, I mean, he's dead. Like, there's absolutely no way. He's like 8 HP, so he's just wearing like common clothes. He's got like 10 DC, an AC of 10 and 8 HP. So you explain to everyone exactly how you destroy this man.
I rend him limb from limb. I pull each arm off individually as I wrap a strong tentacle around him. I rip each arm off individually, and I slap him across the face with his own arm as he falls backwards off the carriage to his death.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in
And
the
then I drop the arms towards the kobolds, float back down towards the kobolds, and give them all little like head pats with tentacles.
they
you know?
lift up the arms in glory.
Little, like,
To our glorious leader, mother of kobolds.
little gentle head pats.
And yeah, they love you. They're enthralled by you now. And one of them takes a bite out of the arm of the human. And the woman inside that carriage with the slightly older than 4, maybe 6, 7-year-old son lets out another scream. And then it is Ragnar's turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep charging.
I mean, you probably can make it up to the carriage now, the one which the Etin is stood next to eating a child.
Is there still somebody alive there that I can see?
There's an unconscious woman just kind of like,
My God, does he never stop eating?
I guess I stop my charge and just walk up to it. Like, to me, they look like they're dead, so.
yeah. So you look in there and there's a woman. She's like breathing. She's just like unconscious. So you can but you can look in. You can head into the carriage.
Oh, if I can look into the carriage, I'll just look into the carriage and use, Sacred Flame.
Yeah, Sacred Flame.
Like, I'm looking for the dude who made the music, because I want to burn his face out.
Okay. So you Sacred Flaming the woman who's unconscious.
Well, does she look like she made the noise?
Give me an investigation check. It's a free action. No, she doesn't look like there's no instruments in here at all.
Nobody else who made the instrument nearby that I can immediately notice?
There's another carriage.
I see.
You're out of movement.
Alright, yeah, I'll just pick up the woman and use her as a human shield.
Okay, so you now have a human shield, which is a female woman who's just... her clothes look like almost fine, but not like quite nobility. But they're a little nicer than normal. But you pick her up and you now have a human woman shield. And
Is it more than +2 AC, or...?
no, I'm going to say it's just that
Okay.
it's less effective than your actual shield, to be honest. So
That's fine, so I have a human shield and an actual shield.
yeah, you can go in with 2 shields and have a +2 to AC if you want. And yeah.
Let's do that.
All right,
Like
that's
a
fine.
human-
Yeah,
Let's
you just
go.
won't be able to do anything else, But whatever. Mitch.
So as he stops, I just sort of flutter off and land on top of the carriage. And never fear, your leader is here. Is there anyone left alive?
The kobolds look up to you and say,
No, she is leader.
and point to the grail.
I give him the Independence Day speech.
Go on then.
Good morning. In less than an hour, dragons from here will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of monster kind. Monster kind. That word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate today that today is the 4th of... I don't know what the months are.
July. It's July at the moment.
Oh, okay. July. And you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We are fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as a monster holiday, but as the day the world declared in one voice. We will not go quietly into night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Roll me the persuasion check first. To see whether everyone listened to the whole thing or not.
Can I assist him with like a battle horn at the end?
Yeah.
I assist him with a battle horn at the
Alright,
end.
so you have advantage on this. It's a 23 again. I presume, Grell, you are now going to defer your kobold army to a 23 critical roll. Because Mitch is absolutely the greatest leader you've ever had, better than Troika.
Well, I mean, they're still my kobolds, but yeah, I mean, maybe I'll do stuff he says. I don't know.
Okay.
I like hug the kobolds protectively.
They lift their spears and stuff to the air, and they're like, "Well, yes, we are part of your group in general now. Whatever you all tell us to do, I guess." And you have a little tiny set of kobold armies. So yeah, so you, the kobolds see you as one of the leaders of their little group now, and that brings us back around to our Etin.
What is left? I mean, really, is there anything in the other carriage?
There's another carriage with a woman and a small boy in there.
Where?
Oi! Want a bite?
Oh, he has a woman on his. He has a woman in
I
his
have a
arms.
woman. I dropped the woman on the floor to use my battle horn,
Yeah.
but
There's an unconscious woman at your feet as well.
Viv, want a bite?
No! And it's disgusting that I have child in my stomach. This is gross. Ah. You know what? I'll get them out of that carriage for you.
And I'm gonna go over.
Oh, all right. And they're gonna go over to the carriage. They're gonna shake it. They're gonna pick it up and shake it out to try to get him out of it.
Give me that athletics check again. Yeah, you like basically pick this thing up. Like, it's not like the easiest thing in the world to pick up. It is a pretty decent carriage, but you kind of lift it up one side. You hear the clatter of a load of coins, a chest opening up inside as all these coins spill out of one side. The door opens up, the woman falls to the ground, the child spills out and rolls towards your feet, and then a load of coins and a set of pan pipes lands on the ground in front of you as you discard the carriage, successfully shaking everything that was in there out.
I just gotta throw it to your side and look down.
Yeah, do you want to take all the stuff that you just shook out?
Well, did the people get put out?
Yeah, the people are on the ground, spilled out, covered in like dirt as they face plant the ground.
I mean, I'm comfortable with that being my action.
All
I
right.
think it's fair. That's my action. Yeah. I'm cool with
Then we're back round to Grell.
Is there anything vaguely threatening anywhere around us? Anything that could hurt anyone?
An Etin.
Well, yeah, but I mean like people who aren't on our side.
No, there's two frail-looking women. One of them is unconscious, and there's a 7-year-old boy who just looks frightened out of his mind.
I am unraged, and floating between the kobolds, perhaps giving a few of them a squeeze a little more tightly than I should. You know, like
Yeah.
just like you're ours now. Hugs.
Yeah, they're more than happy. They do it. They don't care if you kill them.
Giving them like the kind of squeeze where like it's the sort of hug where like your eyes bulge just slightly. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Is that it?
that's my action. Yeah.
Okay. Ragnar.
Does the woman have anything valuable on her?
Which one? The one that you have?
Yeah, my second shield.
Yeah, she has a pouch, a purse of coinage. When you pick it up, it is 1,000 silver pieces and 120 gold. Ragnar's made absolute bank today.
Right?
And
100 and what? 100 and what's gold?
I put it in the thing. 1,000 silver, 160 gold. And just inside the carriage where she was sat, there is another potion of greater healing. So you now have two of those.
Another potion of greater healing.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's all she has.
Yeah, there's the other carriage, but you're in the first one. The second
All right.
one.
Well, I snap her neck and move to the other carriage.
Yeah, you have a little look around and you find on the ground, all around you, there is a set of pan pipes and another 300 silver pieces and 50 gold. I feel like no one else in this group cares about that, so I'm just going to give it straight to Wolf. So
Fine.
everyone else is just like...
I'm okay with this because like I already have like a golden statue that's worth 2,000 gold.
a Naruto
It's gonna be
statue.
good.
I need no money when I have power.
And then so you have a potion of great healing and a set of pan pipes which look very strange and have strange runes carved into them.
Like I'm assuming that's the one to make the sound, right?
Probably. Do you want to investigate them?
Yeah, I have the option to do so.
You can investigate. You can use Arcana as well if you want. Whichever one's higher.
I think investigation. Nah, it doesn't matter. I'll do Arcana.
They seem magical. The runes appear to make these pipes magical in some way, but you're not too sure how. Presumably, I mean, you know what you know. So,
Yeah, like being proficient in blow-like instruments. I blow on this panpipe.
okay. So he blows on these pipes. Now everybody here needs to make me a wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to make one for all the kobolds as well. A 15.
Do you want Mike too?
Yeah, there they are, both of them. You make both of your heads make the. No, you don't.
Well,
That was Mitch.
I fail real hard.
So, Aviv, Gakiao, and all the kobolds leg it. They just run in fear from Ragnar. You are now frightened for a minute.
I'm pretty sure one or two of them can't escape me right now.
They're trying then. They're like this.
Please, mother of kobolds, we must get away.
Desperately trying to get away from you, like looking over at Ragnar. They're just screaming at him, eyes bulging from being squeezed and fear. And the rest of them just
I'm like,
scarper.
Oh, and Aviv's like,
You idiot, what are you afraid of? It's a musical instrument.
No, Aviv is also scared. One on an 11.
Well, oh yeah, I guess. Okay, well.
Oh my god!
And
was
all,
like
these
playing fast
all the
games.
kobolds are running around him. It looks like a scene from Jurassic Park with this is Etin running and all these little kobolds going running away from Ragnar.
That's good.
So I guess that uses another charge. You all right?
I wanna take a look at these pan pipes and also try and snatch them out of the grasp.
The grasp.
That's what a minotaur calls his grasp. A
Yeah,
grasp.
because they have weird little hoovy fingers.
Yeah,
So it's a grasp.
grasp.
That's
It's
correct.
not quite
You're,
right.
no,
Movie fingers actually have normal hands.
you're quite correct. Yeah, but they don't. In Minotaur terms, it's not a grip. It's a grasp. That's just how that. I don't.
Okay, it's fine.
Do you want to stop him from doing this? If so, then you can make like
Yes.
a sleight of hand or a dex save, whichever is higher for you.
I will fucking if I see him, I'm about to like go fucking gust of wind on you, but I will initially just try to hold on to them.
Okay,
just
yeah,
like-
you can strength, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an athletics or whatever strength save is highest for you, and give me some sort of dexterity based. No, it's a sleight of hand. Give me a sleight of hand, Peachy. Yeah, no wait. You just grab onto them
What are you doing, you crazy cow?
to look
Give
at
me
them, and you're like trying to move them, and they don't move anywhere. They're just he's just stood there with them, and there's this little imp like.
They seem to be some sort of pipe of stone.
I
Strong
play
as a
another,
mountain.
I play another song on them.
Okay. He blows into the pipes once
As he's
again.
doing this, can I try and figure out what they are?
You give me an Arcana check and then everyone, and then you and Elf give me whiz saving throws again.
me, I'll need to do it again.
Yeah.
My
No,
God,
you
that's
don't. You don't.
terrifying.
You're still running away.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I will dash action away. 80 feet.
yeah.
It's a reverse fucking red catcher.
So all at once, basically, Mitch, you look at these pipes and go, oh, they're pipes of haunting. When you blow on them, it creates this horrible, devastating, eerie tune, which forces things to become frightened of you for a small amount of time. And then you go, my God, that is the most frightening thing I have ever heard in my entire life. And you run as far away from it as you can. To one side of you, there is a Grell, all tentacles, all Zoidberg, just out. And Ragnar is left behind next to this carriage. There's a woman and a child kind of huddled up against one side of the carriage, another woman on the other side, and then just a mangled, fleshy dress where there was once a small child girl. Everyone else for like a minute just runs.
I'll start inspecting the rest of the stuff.
Yeah,
I do the moth thing against Ragnar's chest, like as I'm trying to get away.
And then you free. So Ragnar spends a minute or so looking over the things. There's really nothing else of worth here. One of the carriages is just completely destroyed. The other one's kind of a cheap carriage. Looks like it moves pretty slowly. And there are horses, kind of like what are they called? The horses that pull carts. Elf.
Work horses,
I hate horses, so I know nothing about them.
Are you talking about like the big horses, like the biggest, like sort of plow horses?
Ones that you can't ride mechanically.
Ones that you can't,
That's all that matters.
Can't ride mechanically? Well, okay, so they're like
draft horses.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what they're called. Draft horses. I fucking hate horses. I really hate them. They're my least favorite animal in the world.
I'm so with you on that. They got that look in their eyes like they'll just cut you.
They legit scare me to death. So after Ragnar's kind of looked around, actually, two of the horses are just fucking mangled and on the ground and dead because they got lifted up with the carriage and thrown. So I'm gonna say that what the fuck is your boy's fucking name? Aviv Gakao killed two horses, which pleases me as Brad Wote.
Do they have teeth marks in them?
No, they just got mangled up underneath the carriage and they're dead now. And then after a little while, everybody begrudgingly comes back. The kobolds and Mitch, Aviv Gakao, and Cricket come back towards Ragnar as the fear wears off. What do you want to do?
Ragnar now has an L on his head.
And Ragnar now has an L on his head, apparently.
Wait, are you doing presidents? All right, hold on. Can I counter that shit? Hold on.
No, there's no way to counter this spell. It's ridiculous. That's why I chose.
Yeah, I guess unless you have counter spell. You have an L on your head now.
I'm trying to see if I can actually counter visuals, but I can't. No, never mind.
I mean, you might not even notice because you're too busy looking through things, and he just walks up and goes, "Ba-da-ba," and then there's an L on your head now. On this big old, like, Minotaur forehead, this huge L appears. Yeah, I feel like what we should do is go to a break now as everybody begrudgingly heads back to their group, and they find these two carriages. There's two women and a child, but you can just leave them to die. And you have all the things you've robbed. And
I can eat them.
a little further in the distance, I guess our camera would pan forward, and if you follow the road north, not too far away, a couple of hours travel, there is a very small village with some very small walls, and I say small, they're like 50 feet, and a tower in the center of it with a window, and in the window there is a pulsing red glowing light. And we will come back after the break and see what these guys do next. I'm guessing they're going to go south now that I've just said that, so we're going to find out after the break in 2 or 3 minutes, probably longer. Go and get yourself some Class A drugs. Class A drugs. This stream is brought to you by Class A drugs. Thank you for watching. This is what happens when you don't care about your stream, by the way. You can do stuff like
drugs are good.
You can do stuff like promote Class A drugs.
Nothing better than heroin.
There's no better feeling than shooting up a fresh batch of heroin, everyone. Thanks for joining
Super
us. See you all after the break, unless you legit go out and get some heroin, in which case we might not ever see you again. Bye! Hello and welcome back to this one shot called The Low Ones. That's what it's called. I almost forgot my own show. Welcome back. So our group of evil alignment monster-y type creatures have vowed vengeance for their group, headed out on the road again, found a carriage, replenished their numbers somewhat with 6 kobolds, and eaten a small child.
It happens.
And they're a couple of hours away from their destination, the city. Well, it's not really a city, the village of Korima.
We keep walking,
Yeah, just heading out.
Yeah.
presumably
journey-
with our kobolds.
On the journey, I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to tap the Minotaur on the shoulder and then try and swipe the panpipes of haunting from him.
Knowing it's bullshit, I'm just gonna clamp down once again on the pipe.
Do you know it's bullshit, though?
I have been around you for how long? As a low one? I know you
Yes.
mischievous ass.
I'm an imp. What would make you think I was slightly mischievous?
Your very existence?
Give me a.
Fuck you, stupid cow. Give me the pipes.
You can give me a sleight of hand versus an athletics again.
Alright, here we go. Come on!
Because he creeps up behind you and distracts you with this mage hand, he gets them and flies up high above you. What do you want to do?
I'm like dangling him just out of reach. Would you like the pipes?
Looks like you're a loser on your forehead.
What does the L stand for?
Loser, right?
You have
But
no
he is
idea
a
what they're talking
Minotaur.
about.
Well, I mean, you just stole his bagpipes from, or his whatever those are from him. So I
don't
guess he
think
lost.
these are bagpipes. Can I-
Whatever they are.
Is there a mark?
Idiot! They're a pan flute.
Shut up. Shut up.
While all this is happening, I'm floating along at the back of the group. I've taken my Viking hat off and I've put on my party hat because I'm feeling festive with my kobold buddies. You know, feeling good about the fact that I'm pretty much in charge now. I got 6 kobolds. It's totally cool.
6 unsullied kobolds.
Yeah, they won't do anything without my say so.
And I guess you head on up the road with an imp flying very high above the range of the Minotaur. Unless he has something that he can hit you at range with. I don't know. Because I know he wants to kill you right now.
Like, the thing is, everything I would do probably kills him.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do anything.
Well, there'll be a count.
Actually, I'm evil though. Like, I'm debating.
That's the
How
thing, you're evil.
am I?
What is your alignment?
I've just realized I get
Lawful
advantage
evil?
saving throws against
but I'm
all
like-
spells.
I'm lawful in the sense of like elements, guide me.
Okay, because technically lawful evil would mean that you are bound to the fact that Mitch is the leader.
I don't recognize him as a leader. I would recognize floaty brain beakhead. Over
I don't know. That was one hell of a speech.
It was one
That's
hell of
what
a
I
speech.
said too.
They'll split off. They'll make the other gang of low ones after this at some point.
floaty brain beakhead.
All right, floating along,
We'll make quarter heads.
floating, flying, and walking along, heading up the road with your little kobold army. You guys see in the distance a very small lighted area. There are various different lights coming from various different places, mostly along like battlements. As you approach this strange, squat, sort of walled-off village, there are turrets on the corners of each of these walls, and they appear to be sort of lightly manned by some humans in similar armor to the ones that you've recently fought and eaten. There's a sort of central tower in the middle beyond these walls that's got a single barred window at the top that every now and then lets out a pulse of red energy that kind of lights up the area and gives you a better idea of what you're looking at, even from a distance. And you see walls maybe 50 feet high, inside the walls, presumably a small village, and directly in front of you as you head along the road there is a gate. What I'll do is I'll give you the map of the village of Korima, but we'll say that if you want to be, you can be further back than like this thing here. So this is where you are with your kobold army. Let me just show chat what's going on here. There are these sort of walls all around, and then a gate. The gate... Yeah, give me perception checks, everyone, as you approach.
I don't know if I need a perception check so much as I just need to attack.
I don't think you can see anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Ragnar and Mitch can just about make out that the... what is that noise? Sounds like thunder.
Sorry, that was thunder.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yours?
Yeah, from my window.
Damn, that's so loud.
Foreshadowing to me.
Foreshadowing as a storm rolls in. Do I have a storm? I think I do. Hold on. Storm rolls in this night. And yes.
This just got Helm's Deep up in here.
It's just got Helm's Deep up in here as a storm
Right out with me.
rolls in above you. And the Mitch, the imp, and Ragnar, the Minotaur, you see that above the stone archway of the gate, about 30 feet up above this huge great gate, there are glowing runes, and in common they spell the word Korima, which is spelled this way. I think you've seen it, but it's spelled like that. Other than that, it's just like a very small fort that seems to be way out of the way of like most civilization and things like that. This very vague road heads to it, and there's this strange tower at the center of it. But what could be hidden within the fort? We'll find out right now, maybe at some point, perhaps. We'll see, depending on what you guys do.
I would like to declare an action. And that action would be that I would like to rage and then float my way up to the top of the top of one of the battlements and snap the neck of the motherfucker up there.
Do you have flying or floating?
Well, I'm gonna check.
It definitely floats, I'm pretty sure.
I think levitation and flying are different.
Oh.
Wolf will tell us because Wolf is literally an encyclopedia of the rules. Nope, he's not.
No, for the Gwell, I don't know. Like I don't know.
I think I have a 30 levitate speed, so it's probably just
So you
like.
can only go up 30 feet.
Oh, how high are the walls?
50.
Oh.
Maybe you can use it to climb up there.
I would like to float up 30 feet and then climb the rest of the way with my tentacles.
Okay, so you're essentially gonna aggressively float towards the nearest.
Can I
guard.
try and convince her not to?
I was gonna say if anybody else wants to do anything in particular.
Convince
now
a
is the time.
brain. Yeah, that's a good joke.
Hey, we all have to
Well,
convince
at
our
least she
brains
has
sometimes. Technically, you're only ever convincing a brain.
All right, you're gonna try and stop me.
I'm gonna
PG?
try and convince you.
Okay.
I think in order for you to rip apart as many people as possible, and I think you should, we should plan an attack.
I'm imagining this happens while you can see like the start of like her like getting
You
worked
start
up.
changing your hat, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
hold my jewelry.
Okay. Doesn't seem difficult to convince the cricket that it shouldn't attack.
Okay.
And it goes. Kobolds can attack too.
You have 6 kobolds that you can use at your disposal.
I believe we should wait, my minions. Ah! Wasn't quite right.
All right. Anyone else got any thing they want to do?
Does anyone want to get thrown up there?
Actually, the Grell can fly freely. She just can knock out of the air.
Cool. Then you can fly.
She can stay there indefinitely.
Sweet.
That's awesome. You could fly to
Chilling.
space.
Space and time.
I'm gonna transform into a raven and fly around the fort.
Okay.
I would like to declare my action, Brad. I'd like to fly to space, please.
You spend the rest of the turns flying upwards. That's fine. It'll take a while, you know.
I'm gonna like seismic drop from the sky on a motherfucker.
You're immune to being prone as well, so you like
Yeah.
you just get all the way down to the ground and not hit it. Nothing would happen.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna cast jump.
Okay.
Oh.
You're casting jump on yourself again. Keep an eye on your spell
Yeah.
slots. No one's taking a rest or anything.
Oh wait, since the hunting, we haven't rested.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I guess not. Then, well, never mind.
I mean,
You
Mitch
just jump a couple of inches off the fort.
I just assumed it the traveling. That's all.
Mitch
Yeah.
has transformed into a raven and started flying forwards. So unless anyone else does anything in particular, we'll see what Peachy does.
I'm marching 30 feet.
All right, he's just heading in. Anything else, Ragnar?
I shake my head and keep ground.
I'm just gonna
Oh, wait.
give you control of these these kobolds,
Okay.
because I can't be bothered with them. I'm literally gonna hand that responsibility over to you, so you have control of them as your own creature. Do you
Sweet.
have a monster manual to see what a kobold is?
I do not.
I will send you it on Discord.
Okay.
And the Etten goes running in. Ragnar, what are you doing?
So Mitch has flown up to do a scouting mission. We have the Etten rushing in, and what is the Grell doing?
I'm tempted to attack, but
I'm like, the thing is, I just want to like wait what Mitch sees in a way. We're gonna wait what he sees.
I guess we wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he told me not to attack, and then he went to do something. So.
Yeah. Cricket. I guess we wait.
I mean, the Etten is already running in, and one of the guards has definitely seen.
Yeah, like I'm just kind of like.
I follow. I follow. I follow, and I command my kobolds also to follow.
Okay, you. I guess we'll have to roll initiative at this point. So
Yeah, we kind of will.
we'll move into
back up, like, I don't
initiative order.
care.
Let me clear this real quick before you roll.
Like a
it.
range attacks anyway.
And yeah, you run in via storm and rain, and I will add your kobolds. They can all move on the same round if you want, Elf.
Yeah.
So just roll me a d20 plus whatever their dex is, as I quickly grab all
Barbarian
the turns.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, basically, somehow, yeah. I think that's everyone. We'll see in a second.
That's the kobolds, and I haven't rolled mine, so hang on.
Oh god damn it! I forgot to roll mine with mine. Oh wait, I did roll it with it selected. All right, that was an accident.
go.
Oh, so it's good.
Let's see. I'm just gonna roll all of these guys here. What did your kobolds roll?
17.
Them some fast kobolds, man.
They got +2 dex.
I like that. In a way, I like that you control the kobolds because you are distracted elf. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kobold emote, kobold spam, everyone. Quickly.
Everyone, if you can, and you're subscribed to Distracted Elf, type a kobold in chat. If not, just write Distracted Elf in chat so that she gets like this wall of red from the from the highlights. And the first person to respond, amazingly somehow, is this fighter up on this wall here, and he goes to a horn on his side and shouts, "They're attacking!" And then it is Cricket's turn. That is distracted elf.
Yeah, sorry. I haven't recognized the name yet, you know what I mean? Okay, so I can go 60 feet. Is it two of you movement or 3 of you movement on a dash?
2.
Okay, so I can go there, and that's it. And my kobolds follow me.
All right. So the kobolds are on 17. Yeah. So actually, it was them next, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what I will do, I'll just have that one single kobold on that turn, even though I don't know why it looks like that. And he kind of goes there. And yeah, you can move them, and they do whatever they do.
Oh god, so much red in the chat.
The daggers they have are actually spears, and I think spears do 1d6.
Okay.
So they have spears and not daggers, and they can throw them in the same kind of way. All right, so the kobold army marches forth on Cricket's orders, and then the Etin, who's already quite far up the road. What would you like to do, Mr. Daquan?
Does this wall look climbable?
I guess everything looks climbable to you because you're strong and you can kind of do the I'll make my own handholds thing.
Well,
just dig those fingers in there.
yeah, I mean, but like, is that an action, or does if I dashed it, could I start the climb?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna dash up the wall then.
All right, so you can climb whatever your remaining climb thing is, but give me an athletics check to just check that you don't fuck up the climbing in some way.
I'm making it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You like start just smashing in this wall, and you climb. You climb however you have, however much movement you have left upwards. So you have to basically clear 50 feet worth of your movement up as well to be able to climb up onto the thing. So where did you go from? Like here? So 30, and then another. So you got about 20 feet above you left of turret.
Okay.
And yeah. Then one of the other fighters. My God, I'm going to have to be so far zoomed out to deal with these guys. Didn't think this through. The one of these other fighters hears the horn blow and just starts legging it down the battlement. It's one of the ones at the far back. So I guess. Chat, you won't be able to see a lot of what's going on. It's just going to be me trying to describe things. But one of these guys is running. He's running as fast as he can to here, I think. Fuck it. He can run as far as I want him to because I'm the DM. Same for the other guy. This one actually starts flying because I'm the DM. He flies through the air majestically like a grell. Gets to about here. And then it is Mitch's turn, who is currently in the form of a raven.
Good initiative, team. I've got like 120 feet that I can fly, so I'm gonna get to the other side of this gate. Do I see like the pulley handle thing to open the portcullis?
No, you don't actually.
Oh.
You just see on the other side of the archway those same runes which spell the word Korama along the other side of the wall. There is a set of stone steps which lead up the side of this archway to those letters which glow. But
Alright, I'm gonna go up to those letters then.
okay. And in front of you there are the letters that spell out Korama. They sort of glow lightly. This fighter, somewhere. Which one are you? Which fighter are you? Since I can't see him, all he does is run. So Ragnar, it's your turn.
All right. I move up 30 feet. I can only see the two ones on top of the tower, right? At the moment.
Yeah, you can probably make out generally. I mean, it's not like pitch black because there's light coming from this tower every now and then that lights up the area, and also there are the houses and things, and along the battlements there are torches and shit like that. So that's why you don't really have dark vision and things being an issue here, because you can generally see everything. There are also flashes of lightning because
I do have dark vision.
But I mean, it doesn't matter so much because there's so much light in the area, even though it's nighttime. So there's also flashes of lightning thanks to distracted elf imposing an actual storm on us, so that for the immersion.
I'm sorry. It really is that loud.
No, it's perfect. I've just added the storm track just so that we have the ultimate immersion, especially for you because you're actually in a storm. So you can generally see just about everything in the area, basically.
All right. In which case, I will cast a. Will I cast a spell? Can I actually 60 feet away from me? Can I hit them?
Well, you have to go 60 feet upwards as well. So
Yeah.
I guess it's realistically a no. Let's think. What did Chiton have to do when Chiton was shooting high up in the air? This is my one and only chance to get owned back for anything you ever did wrong to Chiton.
It's your campaign, not mine.
I think I generally play the rule that it's like 50 feet and then also 60 feet up, so you kind of have to add them as elevation as well. You know what I mean?
That's not how math works, but I get your point. In which point I can't hit them, in which case I will take a dodge action.
I get
Shield
that that's not like how it works necessarily, but also we have this weird bird's eye view map that does not help us at all, and I don't know how else to do it.
No, okay. I will take a dodge action until I can move closer.
Okay. And then one of these other fighters runs. It's not one of these ones. This one. Okay, so the one at the back runs, but first of all, I'll deal with these two in the front. This fighter up here, with a longbow, fires in a longbow towards one of the approaching kobolds. He rolls a 12. What is a kobold AC?
Kobold AC is
12. It's 12.
12.
It's 12
It's 12.
too.
It's 12.
Alright, so this kobold is going to take... Can you double click on these, Elf? Let's have a look. Let me see.
What do you mean?
If we give... I know this is like bullshit for literally everyone. How much HP do they have? Fucking 5. Oh my god.
5. You
Oh
want me to just give them
no.
all 5?
Wait, I think I can give you sight. Can you see their little health if I give you... If I do this?
Yeah, I can.
Can everyone see it?
Yeah, we all can.
Why does the other one not have it come up? Oh, I gave it sight, not sight. Alright, I'm going to quickly do that and give these guys 5. Alright, so he does 3 damage.
I gave them all 5 already, so.
Okay, yeah, you have to just check the bar 1 thing on the second page.
Oh, my bad.
So that people can see it, because then, I guess... Then everyone can enjoy the fun. 5 of 5 you need to put in, and the one on the right takes an arrow in his little kobold body from this fighter up on this wall. The one which the Etin is climbing up to attack fires an arrow down towards our large Etin friend. It's an 8, so that's a miss. I'm guessing, Mr. Daquan. Yep, it is. It is. I'm sure it is. Then all the kobolds...
I have 17 AC, yeah.
Yeah, and then all the kobolds get to do shit. Health.
I'm sorry, I'm giving them health right now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean...
Hang on, I wasn't prepared to play an RTS today. All right.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it looked like that.
So I'm gonna fly up the wall here.
It's the kobold's turn.
Oh, it's the kobold's turn. Okay.
We can what we'll essentially do is you get a free action as cricket on the kobold's turn to tell them what to do.
The kobolds move up to the gate under my order and start attacking the portcullis, like trying to get through.
Okay, yeah, they definitely can't do anything on even
well,
crit 20s, but
I try.
they are all just banging at the gate, and then it's your turn.
And I fly directly up, and it leaves me at the very lip. If it's 50 feet, it's 10 feet, then 50. 10 to get to the base of the wall, 50 to get up. Boom! I'm right at the lip of the wall.
All right, sweet. And then I presume our giant Etin friend crests the edge of this battlement. And
I'll get up here with 10 movement left, actually.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna position myself right here.
Okay.
I can. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Obviously facing this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take a swing at him.
All right. Give me an attack.
Let me get to my sheet here, and I'm gonna swing.
That is actually a miss. He turns around, his bow and arrow in hand. As you run past him, he's just following you with a wide-eyed fear, and this huge great axe or club or something comes...
Battle axe.
Great battle axe comes flying towards him, and he ducks just underneath it, giving this guy who had a very long, luscious ponytail a haircut, and the ponytail flies off of the edge down towards the kobolds. Anything else on your turn?
No, it was a specific reason on me, but it's okay. It's your turn.
I figured you were trying to smack him off the edge.
No,
Oh,
definitely not.
all right. This guy here gets to the edge and sees a grell flying upwards and fires an arrow over at the grell. And on a 2, I'm afraid he's going to miss. Not really a 2, but it's still going to be a miss. And then there's another one moving, so it's Mitch's turn while I move the other guy.
Karma. What could it mean? Is it a spell? Perhaps really in-depth description of a ball.
Do you want to give me a free action investigation check since you've been sort of sat there?
Yes, please. Investigation. I do have better arcana, but
it doesn't matter. You like looking over this thing as you float near it and stuff, maybe reach out and touch one of the things. You see that the letter is able to be moved, and some of the other letters flicker as you touch it, and you can rearrange the letters to spell different words. Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know this was going to be a fucking school project.
I'm real fucking happy that you got this task, because I know how much you'll enjoy it. Mitch, you may take an action to rearrange the letters to spell something, if you would like.
Hang on. Can we do everyone else's turn while I write down the word Korima and try and find a word from it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what will happen. The other guard will run over in this time to behind the Etin.
Oh, perfect.
And try and take a swipe at the Etin with a short sword here. You said your AC was 16? Did you?
17.
17? That is a miss. This thing just goes boom on the back of whatever armor you're wearing, and then a shaky hand looks up at you as you tower over him. One of the heads turning to see. Well, one fuck. And he
Well, we're looking over here.
yeah, he looks utterly frightened. And then Ragnar.
Right, I will move up a little bit. Let's say 30 feet or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to cast Sacred Flame on the left one next to the Etin.
Okay.
Here we go. 5 radiant damage. DC.
Sacred flame. That is a 15. So that's a nothing.
Nothing.
That's a nothing as this sacred flame lights up the area flying forward. Does your sacred flame do necrotic damage? Because it can if you want.
Sure.
Because you're evil.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So this dark necrotic energy flies up, but the battlements of the turret kind of block Ragnar's vision a little bit, trying to aim at this fighter on the top there. Have you got anything you want to do, Mitch?
So I arranged them. It just says Aroma K.
Aroma K. You arrange them into pressing these tiles until they change to spell the word Aroma K, and nothing happens.
Okay.
I'm so glad we've got this raining soundtrack on. I don't know if you can hear it very well, chat, and I apologize if you can't. I don't know why my Roll20 never lets you become as immersed as everyone else. But all right, so you can try again on your next turn if you'd like. The one of the other fighters runs up. This one here is going to fire an arrow down at the Minotaur, who's sending these dark, strange, evil powers, and he says, "By the power of Torm, begone, evil one!" Firing an arrow down at this evil-looking Minotaur sending necrotic things up at you. You have a boosted AC at the moment. What is it?
Yep. 19.
19, yeah. This one flies, hits the ground next to you, dealing absolutely no damage whatsoever. The one in front of the Etin spins, dropping his longbow and swipes very, very, very far away from his target because the Etin is just a little bit too far away for this tiny little man. And he completely whiffs it. Kobolds doing anything? Or are they waiting for the
clamoring
gate?
at the gate, trying to get in. That's it.
Yeah, the kobolds continue to frighten the villagers. There are a bunch of villagers in this place. There's a couple of people screaming, and anybody that looks towards the gate sees all these snarling little red kobolds, and they flee in fear. But then it is your actual turn, Mon Cricket.
Cricket is going to. Hang on, I need to measure things. Yeah, okay. Cricket is gonna go over here. Frenzy, reckless attack. This fighter.
Do all the things.
Hopefully, tentacle crush his pretty little face.
The second tentacle crush hits.
And that would be 12 damage plus the barbarian rage damage, which is 2. So 14.
Tentacle wraps around his neck and his head pops off as you crush his neck and kill this very
it's just frothing beak and Viking hat.
yeah,
tentacle.
this very religious. I can't see the thing. He's not flown all the way over there. But this very religious man who's just starting to knock another bow towards Ragnar. His head is removed from his body, and then the Etin.
Well, it looks like it's my chance to do something. And this is why the storm was foreshadowing. A thunder wave hits.
Oh, that is
Boom.
good. That is good.
And they all need to make a concentration saving throw.
Constitution saving.
Yeah, I don't know what the DC is.
They both fail. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
Well, they get sent 10 feet in the direction from me.
I like to think I'm diagonal of the fighter, but that's your call, Brad. And they also take 2d8 thunder damage.
All right, roll the 2d8. I will roll.
That was already rolled. It's 5.
Okay, so then they take an extra 5d6 from falling damage. And yeah, so this thunder wave, boom, heads out, and these two fighters with their little swords just, they're pushed off of the edge of these turrets. The one in front of you rolling a 3, the one next to you, behind you, rolling a 5 on its saving throws, and then they fall. They look like they're almost dead anyway. They look like you've maybe broken a couple of ribs as the thunder wave hits them, and then they fall into piles of bones and death as you utterly wreck 2 of these fighters.
Hey, that was my food.
They're dead, you idiot!
Fighter over here.
I keep forgetting it's one person doing this conversation.
It's the best thing ever. The effort that you have to put into RP and Etin is commendable. Remember, you have the inspiration. What is your AC, please, Ms. Grell?
It is 15.
15, as an arrow strikes the Grell, dealing 3 damage to you.
By half.
Reduced, so 1. An arrow pings off of your hard Grell brain skin. It came from this geezer over on this battlement over here. I'm just going to move up this for the chat.
Oh, okay.
And then the one here, just in front of you, also with an arrow knocked, fires in with a crit, dealing 4, 5, 6 damage, 3 damage. So
3.
this guy here knocks an arrow. What does that guy from Overwatch say? Yeah, he says that, and this arrow flies forward. Everybody sees that it has a small dragon curled around it as it flies forward. It's the best arrow this guy has ever shot in his entire life, and it just pings off of this grell, doing 3 damage. And he slowly lowers his... give me an intimidation check. He slowly lowers his bow.
Yeah.
And jumps off this thing. Because he just fired the best thing in the world, and this fucking stupid grell has ruined his life. And he lowers his bow after doing the best thing he's ever done in his entire life, turns around and just jumps off of this battlement to his death. Because a crit that deals 3 is devastating. I think it is Mitch's turn.
That's not it. And I arrange them again. It says oak arm.
Oak arm. And as you arrange the words to say oak arm, an oaken arm, aka an oak lever, appears on both sides. One in front of the kobold on the furthest right, and one in front of, just below Mitch, on the other side. And that is all you can do, isn't it? Yes, it is. This fighter is dead, so it's Ragnar's turn.
All right.
A huge lever has appeared.
Where?
There's one on this, like there, where that yellow mark is.
I will walk up to it and I will pull it.
Pulling the lever, the gate starts to raise. Any of the people that were left in this town just run. That's it now. The kobolds have been let in, and the low ones have gained true access as the people run and flee in terror. Another horn blow sound. Let me just. Oh my god, I can't get rid of this. Never mind. I don't care anymore. Oh yeah, there we go. Yes, woohoo. Another horn sounds, and on top of the tower, a knight stands. He's not really a knight, actually. What he is a paladin. A paladin appears. New challenger enters the game, and he is on a 2, so he's pretty shit for a paladin. And the paladin appears suddenly at the top of this tower. On top of the tower, he's on a giant, great white horse. He's square-jawed. He's got long, flowing blonde hair in this storm, and he stands above you with a great sword in just one hand, and looks down upon each of the invaders and says, "You will never reach the gem of the crystalline 10th Order, not while I draw breath. With the power of Torm on my side, evil shall not desecrate this place." And he, yatch! And the horse and the paladin leap from this tower, which is at least 100 feet, maybe higher, and they land on this roof, and they land on this roof, galloping forward, and they land here in front of this house. And he pulls up his steed in front of the kobold army and the approaching people, wrenches up a shield, brings a great sword into one massive hand, and winks and smiles at the camera because he's fucking beautiful with his massive square jaw and beautiful hair and perfect skin complexion.
I want to use my bonus action.
Yep.
I cast spiritual weapon and I let it appear next to him.
Yeah.
A massive axe that cleaves his head into twine.
I love how this paladin is basically like everyone in every game, and now and
18.
It's an 18, which is a hit. Just makes it very sense.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, let's go for it.
What is the spiritual weapon?
Let's do a massive great axe.
A massive great axe appears, and the paladin doesn't expect it as he lands in front of you, seeing a lot of his fallen comrades dead. This axe cleaves into his side. It rends through some of his armor, finding a sort of weak spot, and deals 10 damage. Can I give you a great axe or something? Here we go. There's an axe there. I guess if I give you some control. What is your name?
What is your name?
What is your name? What is your name? Are you? Oh, you're Ace. Duh.
Hi, nice to meet
Hi,
you.
nice to meet you all. I'm Ace. Save. There we go. So you have control over that as your spiritual weapon for now.
All right.
And yeah, he lets out a cry on his steed here. One of these fighters somewhere. Motherfucker. Motherfucker, where you at? Motherfucker, where you at? Yo. Is this dead? Is this fighter dead?
Maybe, I don't know.
Which one is that highlighting? There's another fighter somewhere. Oh, he's there. He comes running in. I guess he can't really get too far. No, he's going to fire an arrow at the Etin. Why the fuck would he run at the Etin?
I've known about him.
He knocks an arrow and fires it at the Etin, and it just flies off into the night sky. Absolutely devastating miss from that gentleman there. And then the next fighter is dead, and then it is the paladin's turn, who runs forward, gallops forward on his steed. Does he take attacks of opportunity from spiritual weapons?
No.
I guess he gallops forward. He's under the archway here, not on top of it, for the record. And he swings his great axe at this kobold for a crit. 20 piece damage, yo.
My little kobold.
Your little kobold. He deals exactly 5 damage. No, he doesn't, because it's a crit. He deals 16 damage.
Which kobold?
The one in front of him, this guy here. And this little kobold dies. He then brings back his great sword and swings it at another kobold just in front of him, who deftly ducks underneath the great axe. But he's mounted. He gets advantage. He definitely swings underneath this great sword, and then the paladin looks around at all of these foes heading in towards him. This fighter is dead, and it's the kobold's turn. The gate is open now.
Kobold vengeance! Kobold vengeance!
They are free to swarm.
Kobold vengeance!
They get pack tactics, by the way, so they all get advantage.
They all get advantage, but he's on a horse, so he's mounted.
Yes, but they have spears which are 10 feet reach.
They have spears which are 10 feet reach, so he's gonna get fucked.
Kobolds! Alright, I don't actually have anything set up to automatically do these rolls. I just have to look at Discord and like roll based on their stats, so I'm sorry everyone while I do this. Here we go. It's their to hit is with strength, so that's, well, okay. That's not good. It's basically a flat D20. Alright, well that's okay.
Oh.
So that's 2 kobolds with their advantage in their regular. So that's 2 17s.
No hit so far. His AC is 18.
Oh, there's the 20.
There's a 20.
And then the last kobold. Okay, so one of them hits with a crit. The rest of them just flail like idiots.
One crit, while the others kind of jab spears at him, and the horse rears up, and he just defends himself to the best of his ability.
It's 2d6. 5 damage for the crit kobold.
A spear jabs him in his side. For a moment, his hair whiffs out behind him, and he does this kind of motion, looking like Jesus Christ himself. But this is a holy man on the horseback as lightning strikes behind him, and a spear jabs into his side. There is a moment where we have like a flash image of this holy man, this holy paladin.
A holy man, a dead sexy holy man.
A dead sexy holy man. And now it's your turn, Cricket.
I, however, have my own plans, and they involve killing this asshole who shot an arrow at me.
Yep.
So I'm gonna float over directly in a straight line to there, and fucking rip this guy's head off with my regular maneuver. Here we go. I hope everybody's ready. Let's do it. Double tentacles, motherfucker.
All hit. He's dead.
And,
He's dead. He's dead.
and
No guard has survived this yet.
absolutely destroy him.
No guard has survived this yet, so you utterly and completely destroy this guard over here. Successfully, yeah. And it is now the Etin's turn.
Oh, you want this guard over here, so I'm going here for 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then here for 10 feet.
Okay.
But I need to measure the distance. Ah, he's 40. He gets another turn.
You don't have any range things you can do?
I do, but they're 30 feet.
Everything?
Well, my best range one right now is 30. I mean, I'll cast Blade Ward on myself.
I think you can throw a battle axe. No, hand axe. Wait.
Can I throw?
You can throw a hand axe.
Yeah, but I don't have a hand axe. Can I throw my Morning
right.
Star?
Yeah, you can throw the Morning Star, yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be a D20 plus your dex instead of your
Oh, of
strength.
course, it's gonna be terrible, but it's fine.
Actually, no, it wouldn't. No, it fucking wouldn't. It would be strength. Just throw it.
Yeah.
Give me Morning Star.
Like a javelin.
Fine.
Whoop.
And so we're doing roll D20 plus.
Just roll the Morning Star, basically.
Okay.
Yep, roll that damage.
On the Morning Star too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this Morning Star just boom hits this dude in the head. This fucking Morning Star flying across. Let me give him a dex save. And the dude, smacked in the face with a Morning Star, stumbles, falls off the edge. For another 5.
I feel like a Vive thinks that a Morning Star is a ranged weapon anyway.
Yeah. He just launches a massive Morning Star. It cracks this dude in the head, who just, his face half missing and crumbled inwards, just stumbles backwards and slips off of a wet turret, falling to his death. And
Nice job. Yeah.
a great cheer erupts for all Etin kind.
Nice fight.
Ain't no fun.
This fighter's got to be dead. Are all the fighters dead? Yeah, Mitch, your turn.
So is this paladin standing in between the two doors?
The paladin is like under the archway. The actual gate is the sort of black line in front, I guess. That is here looking thing. I don't know how to describe it, but it's the square in front of where he is.
I want to ready an action. So when he walks forward, I'm going to jumble up the words to close the door on him.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lever now.
Can I just do it with the words though, or should I go for the loop?
I mean, you probably could. If you pull the lever the other way, the words will rearrange. But yeah,
I'll just do it with the words because I'm on this side. I'll just wait
the
until he
lever's
moves.
next to you, below you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'll ready that action. As soon as he steps anywhere near that line, shunk.
All right, Ragnar.
All right. I will. God damn it! Cricket is not in range of me. What are you? You're at 40 feet. Hold on, I have to make a decision here. I am going to cast. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw a Sacred Flame his way.
Okay, do it.
All right.
Save the kobolds.
He has failed it, so
5 necrotic damage, I guess.
5 necrotic damage to the paladin as a sacred flame burns into his shoulder. He looks up, flashes a glare towards Ragnar, the evil ones that have approached his town.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to move my axe up 20 feet, which is right next behind him then, and whack him in the head.
Do it.
All right. That's not a whack in the head. Far from
And
it.
yeah, you sort of move this thing, spectrally control this axe, and it doesn't quite make it up to him in time to swing. And the paladin himself strikes at another kobold and hits the one which is injured on his right for 6 damage. So this guy is dead. and then the one directly in front of him strikes him for 12 damage
Rip.
and hefts up his shield once again as the kobolds start poking.
And poke they shall. So here we go. Here's the same thing we did last time, everyone. Get comfy. 1, 2,
Hit.
1, 2, 1, 2. So we got one hit, I think, in there.
One hit, yeah. One spear.
1d6 plus 8. I mean, plus 2. 4.
Spear into the thigh of this paladin. And he tries to avoid all of the hits, but one spear jabs him. And he lifts up his shield once again as Cricket does something.
Cricket will, of course, fly over here and descend 30 feet. So I'm still a far distance away, but
What's the deal with rage? If you don't take damage or do any damage, does it dissipate?
If you try to attack, it also works.
there's something I can do to avoid that. Let me check.
If you don't dash, you can daggers and hand axes, I think.
Rage, strength of it, make a melee weapon, reading things. Lasts a minute and it ends early if you're knocked unconscious or your turn ends, and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then. So you could go one turn theoretically because your turn has to end and you haven't done any damage. But I already
this one.
I mean, I guess. Okay, so if I stay up here, can I just like throw a hand axe with my tentacles at the paladin? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna throw a hand axe. I'm gonna stay up on the wall and whip one of my pull a hand axe off of the bag and whip it at him.
You whip it at him. Deal me that damage.
5 damage.
Ping! It sits in his armor. It bends some of the steel of his armor in, and it cuts into his back. Arrgh! And he carries on, trying to sort of dispatch the kobolds at the moment. Mr. Etin, who is muted, I think.
Oh, yeah, I was. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna move over. I know I can move here.
Yeah.
Well, I know I can move at least here because I moved 30 before. And I'm gonna whip,
Well, actually, I am going to whip some poison spray at the paladin.
Do it.
So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw of a
Alright.
DC 12.
His con save is 19. More than that. But 19 plus something, which
I think he still takes damage. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm putting the thing in. Let's see. So he takes 2 damage.
2 damage.
Oh no! Wait, no, he's good. With poison spray, they don't take the half damage. No, he's actually good.
Okay,
he
so
avoids it all.
Poison is launched down towards him, but the wind and the rain of the storm just send it off over, landing on Mitch, who eats it and enjoys it. Mitch, it's your turn.
Sam, you idiot.
I'm gonna change into a spider,
Okay.
and I'm gonna crawl up the leg of his horse, and I'm gonna bite his horse.
Okay. Give me an attack, bitey, damagey.
I don't know what that would be as a spider. There is no attack.
It would be not much, I guess.
My strength is 0. Do you want me to just roll my
Well,
strength?
your strength changes to that of a spider, so it would at least be a 0. So just, yeah, give me a d20 to attack the horse. Horse.
8.
8 might be enough for a horse. Let's see if I have a horse without having to go
Is my
into
advantage disadvantage?
a bullshit thing.
Oh, well, I'll if before you say if I hit or miss, I'll just use my inspiration. The 15.
Okay, so you bite into the warhorse, and the warhorse is fucking awesome because he's a warhorse, and you bite it and it don't give a fuck. It's too busy wide-eyed worrying about this massive lizard things that are all around it as it's rearing about, and it's got reins tugging on him.
I
So
lay eggs in the spider
You
bite.
lay eggs into the horse.
Wait, you turned into a female spider? How did you do that?
That's my spider form.
That's
I'm
what
spider.
he wants to turn into a female spider and lay eggs into the horse so that at some point after the stream the horse dies. I'm okay with that because I hate horses. At some point, if they don't just like behead the horse in some psychotic savage attack in the stream, we all know that one day we just see this horse settle down as it bites some grass, and then suddenly hundreds upon thousands of spiders explode forth from its leg and stomach, and it dies.
I've been doing a spider-related story in Sunless Sea
Spiders
recently.
and horses are the only creatures on this planet that I legit fucking hate.
I'm horses and daddy long legs.
Daddy long legs aren't nice, but they scare me less. Ragnar!
Is the paladin now prone?
No, the horse made its thing. It's nothing happened basically.
Okay. Just making sure. In which case,
War horse has got a higher fucking. No, it hasn't. It's got a higher thing.
I'm gonna position myself and run at the paladin and gore him with my
Okay.
horns.
Can you gore him while he's on a horse?
Score, I my horn. I am 7 foot tall and I have horns that are twice the size of my head.
By the way, I just thought of a really good spider story. I'll tell you guys after stream.
No, yeah. Don't tell me it.
Please don't. All right, here we go.
What do I need to
I
do?
get
Just
advantage because, of course, he's flanked.
He isn't flanked because that rule does not exist here on Bradware because I fucking hate flanked. It's way too OP.
right.
Unfortunately, as you go running in, you're distracted by the red kobolds. And you just sort of run. You see them, and then you're like, "Oh, what was I going for? I forgot. Oh shit! Which one?" And the red kobolds put you off. The paladin, seeing
No,
you
I'm
come
not done
running.
yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Cool.
not done
Oh
yet.
yeah, do your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got my bonus action, spiritual weapon from behind. Nothing happens.
Also a woof as he misses, but the paladin brings up his great sword to the sky, and a bolt of lightning strikes it as he says, "May the power of Torm cast you out!" And the lightning strikes the great sword as he brings it down towards Ragnar for a 5. Motherfucker.
Please, the elements guide me.
And he, I guess Ragnar maybe gets up your shield, and this great sword hits it. The lightning strikes your shield, and it seems to absorb all of this additional magical damage that this paladin is somehow able to do. Then it is the kobold's turn.
The kobolds stab.
Oh wait, I'm gonna use my reaction to use Wrath of the Storm to reflect the thunder he just hit me with right back at his fucking face.
Nice, yeah, do it.
That's 2d8, half damage if he makes his DC 13 dexterity save.
That's probably a
Yeah.
fail.
You guys know what's really awesome? If he struck Cricket with lightning, it would do literally nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
the
immune.
lightning.
That's
Oh, come on, really?
That's the full 12 as you send this lightning back at the paladin, also dealing a searing smite to him. So give me another 1d6.
Oh yeah. 5. The elements
5.
me.
So
Yeah, the unconscious woman's spine deflects the electrical sword. That's
oh yeah, the woman. I think you left the woman behind though. And then he ignites. He sets on fire the paladin. The horse starts whinnying and going crazy underfoot. Kobold.
The kobolds stabbed the paladin in the same manner that they have been stabbing the paladin up until now. 1, 2,
One hit.
3. Okay, same thing as before then. So we roll 1d6 plus 2. 6 damage.
6
from the
damage
kobold.
as a kobold spears the paladin in the other leg. The paladin lets out a cry. He's looking weak. The horse is looking crazy. He's losing control of it. He's all burnt up on one side from lightning. His once beautiful hair in the rain lies damp against his face. Blood trickling from one side of his mouth and through the holes in his armor. And it is your turn, Cricket.
I fly down to a medium distance between the locations because I can't make it all the way. And I, with my tentacles bristling with weaponry, I've got like, a hatchet in one, like a different hatchet in the other, like a dagger in the other. Like there's a lot of weapons.
Yeah, you're looking like Vishnu or whatever.
I throw another, hand axe
Cool.
at him. So, ciao.
That is a hit.
8 damage.
Ow, that really hurts as he, the hand axe, it buries itself. It cuts along the back of his neck, opening him up. Huge gouts of blood start to run down his side as he looks further weakened. He doesn't look very good. Aviv Gakiao.
You dodged my spell. I'll get you this time.
Shoot another poison spray at him.
All right, so it's
What's that?
con save, which this time
Hold
is
that.
a fail.
Oh, really?
Almost definitely, yeah.
Well, he takes a 6 of poison to his face.
He had 5 HP. How do you want him to die from poison?
Like I belch, and that kind of like it was supposed to channel through his hand, but instead, Gakiao's belch like releases this burst of poison that flies towards him. The horse kind of feels it from behind, and then he looks down to see the cloud overtake him, and in horror, the smell through his nostrils, and he falls.
Falls.
Disgusted
He
with-
falls backwards, falling down off of his horse, the horse itself trampling one of his legs, and the sickened bile and poison. You see his eyes roll up into the back of his head. And you have defeated the paladin. With a
You are
successful
truly
strike.
disgusting.
A successful strike from Aviv and Gakiao. Now, you find yourselves in an undefended village area. There are people peering out from their tiny little wooden thatch houses, looking out at you. All of the guards seem to be dispatched or literally dispatched to death. And
Go, kobolds! Stab things!
and the kobolds go running forward. There's a little kind of outhouse that you can pass through here. There are some weapons and things on racks, but generally there's nothing in here. And then the remaining kobolds start heading into houses and murdering people and
Me too.
and setting fire to things, as well as the Etin. Above you, and from this tower, there's a single flash of red light. Boom, lights up the area again. What would you guys like to do?
The village is mine. Ours.
Yeah, the village belongs to the low ones.
Have walls now. Big team. We can make.
I lose the paladin.
I'm flying back
The
towards
paladin.
this flashy red light bullshit.
All right, so the paladin has upon him a big old set of broken but not broken to the point where you can't fix it plate armor, great sword,
Okay.
and a potion, but I can't remember what it was of. I think it's a potion of climbing. It is a potion of climbing.
All right.
And a pouch of gold. Wait, hang on, he had gold too. He always has gold. He has 40 gold and 1,000 silver.
All right. Very nice.
It's lucky you're strong. All that.
Are you gonna hide
Coin.
all this in your labyrinth?
Yeah. I have labyrinth recall. I know exactly where we went.
I could buy my own labyrinth.
Yes.
Settle down with a filly.
I proceed to rampage through the village, ripping doors off houses and murdering villagers that I find, and
As
meatily eating their corpses with my beak.
Yeah.
in a mixture of a 3-year-old girl and boy, I'm playing with a dollhouse, but more like a Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm picking people up, throwing them, breaking their spine in half, but they always end up eaten. So
Yeah, and I guess the group can spend some time dispatching of every human in town. There's like only a handful of families. A lot of the houses look like they maybe belong to the men that are supposed to be in charge of guarding here, some of which were dead at the camp, some of which could be anywhere, and the rest are dead here. And you literally kill everyone, claiming Fort
also-
Korima for yourself.
Also, I would like to claim all the alcohol in this entire town that I can find with my alcohol sensing radar blind sense.
Roll me a d20.
Okay.
You find 4 gallons worth of various alcohols
Fantastic.
throughout the town as you maneuver through it and stuff like that.
As I go about killing people, I chug them at various intervals.
Yep. We'll
the red
put the
light.
kobolds on guard as you close the gates and man the walls with kobolds.
Are they wearing the guards' hats as well?
Yeah, they got the guard helmets on.
They can be armed now, like properly armored.
And they got the tabards on from the guards too, like
Yeah.
the like heraldry.
Properly. Do I recognize the red light, or do I know what it is?
Give me an Arcana
Yeah.
check.
I'm like in it, trying to figure out what's in this
I don't know
town.
what it is.
No, you can't work out what it is. What did you say, Peachy?
I'm like in the tower trying to figure out what the red light is as well.
Okay. Do you go in via the hole in the top, or do you go in via the door?
I'll just fly in the hole, I guess.
I'll go at the door. I'll hit the door.
Everyone else going in?
If everyone's dead, yeah, I'm going in.
Grell?
Can I fit?
I'm having a party, my own personal party with alcohol and kobolds.
And
All right.
hats. Lots of hats.
No worries. So, Mitch flies in through a hole in the there's like a barred window at the very top of the tower, and that's like one of the only things that there is. Ragnar and Aviv Gakiao run into the tower itself and start heading up like a spiral staircase that goes all the way to the very top. And I guess the first person in is Mitch, who notices a thing in the room. If I give us a little bit of some of Peachy's wonderful music here, because he's got some cool music and I just want to use it. Because Peachy provides such great music that I paid more money than I own for. Remember, Peachy?
More money than you own.
And a microphone. More money and a
Literally.
microphone.
This microphone. This song. was
That
paid
actual,
for by
yeah, that was what this song literally.
I just
paid
love the
for.
like. I just love the like, Peachy, I'm out of money, but I need a song. What goods and services do you have?
Trade.
Let's see.
What are
here.
you buying?
In this room. Wait, what do we see in this room? Do we see anything in this room? Let me see what we see in this room. Let me chuck Mick. In fact, you can just drag your tokens in so you can see what's going on. Even though I'll describe where you each are and stuff like that. Once you get into the very top of this tower, basically there is like an altar in the center of the room. And there is an enormous red gem which is sat upon this altar. I say sort of sat, it's actually kind of levitating slightly, about a foot above the altar and gently spinning. The energy which is pulsing from the gem is immense. Like even the most layman magic user, which is none of you three, would be able to discern that it's like magical power emanating from it. And,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm kind of a magic user.
I'm a
No, I
warlock.
said none of you aren't. I don't know if I don't. I mean, like you all know how to use magic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm speaking correctly. It's been a long day. And yeah, so it's definitely emanating like a great level of magical power. And I guess Mitch is in first, and then a minute or so later, Ragnar and Aviv Gakiao come running in. I will give Aviv a little thing as you guys come running in at the top here. Cricket's just having a party elsewhere, but if you want to be able to see the map, Elf, I'll just put you like there. Not really there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm outside, just drinking and partying with my leftover kobolds.
There's like a Grick or a Grell and 3 kobolds just drinking and partying in this, and there's just dead bodies of a dead family in this house that the Grell has claimed. Yeah, they're just listening to like some Rihanna and chilling out. But the other 3 find this.
Grell keeps wearing them as hats.
They find this enormous carved red gem, which is like floating around and pulsing with power. Every now and then, it lets out a blinding flash of like red light. How do you guys?
Ragnar, this looks expensive. Perhaps you should have it for your collection.
I will. I grab it.
As you grab it, there's a huge sonic boom which deafens the 3 of you in the room. And it forces each of you to sort of bend over double as arcs of red lancing energy suddenly spiral outwards and strike each of the walls, moving upwards. The room becomes kind of a crimson plasma ball, looking like a kind of Tesla coil from the inside. And then this high-pitched sound which you hear emanating starts to pierce each of your ears, and as each of the red arcane electral beams start to move around the room, can you 3 give me a dex saving throw, please?
No.
Crap. Can I use my
not.
shield?
Definitely not. How dare you? Fuck.
Dex saving throw? Alright, hold on.
Dex
here we
saving
go.
throw, yeah.
I just did an intimidation. What?
You're trying to intimidate it? It failed.
Don't worry, I have faith in the elements. This is lightning. I embrace it.
All right. So you all fail. So you don't take half of this. 564. Each of you is hit by this like electric kind of arcane energy. And
Hang on. I get advantage to saving throws on spells.
Oh yeah, you do. Go on. Roll me a dex save.
I actually have immunity against lightning.
It's not lightning
no.
damage.
No, wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
It just looks electric.
14 was my advantage anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you take the full
I
thing.
cast Spare the dying on myself.
No, because the thing is, as each of you is hit by this non-lightning damage, you are obliterated. You are literally reduced to chunks, not even chunks of bone and
Just
blood.
dematerialized.
You're just turned into basically atoms. Literally tens of atoms fill the room as your like glitter-like dust floats in the air, drifting upwards on the arcane energy. And then suddenly the gem of the crystalline 10th order stops flashing and then explodes. A huge, great sonic wave of red energy explodes through the town. Can Cricket and the kobolds give me dex saving throws, please? If you make it,
We're about to rematerialize as Dr. Manhattan.
if you make it, you can take half of 465.
Well, I mean, I didn't, and I don't think the kobolds will survive either way. So
No, and each of you is obliterated as this town is completely destroyed as the gem explodes, and all of you are reduced to nothing.
Aww.
And each of you is dead. Not even the sound of rain can be
Wait,
heard.
was it actually electrical damage?
No, it wasn't electric damage.
Damn it! I'm immune to electrical damage.
It was all damage types.
It was like true damage.
It was true damage.
In slow motion, as the wave comes towards me, I poop a little bit before I'm obliterated with my
And
I
each
made
of you
you
is
shit
reduced
yourself,
to
actually.
like
Prestidigitation, I made you shit yourself.
quickly cast prestidigitation to make him shit his pants.
I died as I lived. Tentacle monster drinking alcohol.
You died as you lived, a tentacle monster drinking alcohol in
I
the
like to use my reaction to use Wrath of Storms.
on the crystal.
Yes.
No, because you're already dead. You're already dead.
No.
But wait.
Oh God.
The hell sequence.
Troika.
But wait. Each of your character's consciousness is pulled through what can only be described as a stargate. And then each of you finds yourselves in a blinding white area. As your eyes adjust, the sky above you is nothing but solid whiteness in all directions. However,
I'll do it.
Along the white sandy surface of the ground, there are sharp, jagged stalagmites of pure crystal that strike upwards, thousands of them in all shapes and sizes. They're gigantic and small. There are huge spherical spheres which kind of move around the air, and they seem to contain entire worlds in them, like planetary systems, solar systems swirling within these orbs floating about. And they're all around. They're in the distance. They're close to you. There's a few that like maybe you go past you. However, sat upon 6 crystal thrones around you are 6 crystal dragons. Their translucent white skin sparkling in the brilliance of the white sky. One of the central dragons, the largest of the 6, opens his mouth and says, "We've been expecting you." And that's where. Nope, that's where we end the one shot.
I attack!
That is the end, the true end of this one shot, as you are surrounded by crystal dragons in a crystal world with solar systems in bowls, beach bowls floating around. Thank you for joining us here tonight, everybody. Thank you for playing the game.
God.
That was the most fun I've had in ages.
That was a pretty good game, yeah.
That was a fun game to play, to DM at least,
Yeah.
as much as I was unprepared.
Where it was literally just like, what do you do? Yeah, okay.
I just wanted to. I spoke to Gabe in the week, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna have a meteor land at the end if we get to like."
I knew we weren't making it out.
If we got to like 1 a.m., I'm just gonna have some like random thing happen because I don't want to. I don't want to have to worry too much about ending the thing and keeping everybody from their lives and things like that on a one shot. But then I was sat there yesterday, like, actually no, I'm gonna destroy them. And then have them reform in a crystal world with crystal dragons that are like, "We've been expecting you." Just gear it up for some other bullshit that'll probably never happen.
Told you were gonna rematerialize.
Yeah, I had to do it. I love ending shit.
I hoped when you guys were getting vaporized, I was like, did I live? Did I survive? And,
No, the crystal of the crystalline. Wait, what is it called? What did I call it? It's a weird gem of the crystalline 10th order. Exploded. Every now and then I'm like, I just need.
Crystal dragons are totally related in a holy paladin order.
This is all. I've got full backstory, full reasoning, full. It's all ready to go. You know, you just.
I bet you.
Find out how on
You just need to come back next time we do this thing. Judging by mine and your boys' relationship, it will be in about 1.5 years.
Brad.
I hate you.
You know how people talk about good GMs on Twitch? Brad should be added to that list of the top.
Oh, that's not true.
show.
That's not true. This was a load of bullshit. Come on, man.
Yeah, but it was fun though, and fun. It's good.
It's a game. Gotta have fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope everybody watching enjoyed themselves. Let's do a little round of shout outs, and then we'll let you all carry on with your lives. Perhaps you can go and try and find out what crystal dragons do.
I've apparently had one of my friends over for like 3.5 hours.
So you're going to go and do that?
I
thought
guess
you
I'll
were
probably talk to them.
So you're going to do some other.
Yeah. Well, that depends on if I can get there, which is always a question.
Well, let's end this stream by going to Distracted Elf. Where can people find you and stuff like that?
Where can people find me? I'm twitch.tv/distractedelf. Well, I'm not that. That's my link. I'm Distracted Elf. And I play a lot of games where I name stuff after viewers and then watch it die horribly. And various other things, obviously. Do a lot of tabletop stuff. I'm in Ace's game on Mondays that everyone wins with Brad. And PG. So we're kind of all here except for,
Wax
so,
was the
yeah.
one that couldn't do it. Because he does his own thing. I think he does an offline game on Saturdays that he said he couldn't make it.
So there's that, and yeah, you can find me there. I also play on Thursdays in the Roll20, Adventurers League game with Adam Coble and all them people.
Cool, yeah. So go and check out Distracted Elf. If you want to see some more super special streams, then why not check out Peachy Pixel 8 at twitch.tv/PeachyPixel8. That's the letter 8, not the number 8.
I do loads of streams. I stream when I make some of this music for Brad, and he gives me like the shoe of, he has shoes on his shelf, and he's just like, have the shoe. Can I have the song, please? I'm like,
yeah. You can also go and check out Peachy's website, shoesforsongs.org.
I'm not affiliated, but you can.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna see if that's real.
Check out Peachy Pixel 8 for an enjoyable time. If you
that
want to,
URL is available, everyone. Just in case you're wondering.
If you want to see most of us play a game on Monday, or just see any more of Wolves Go Raw, then I guess you could head over to twitch.tv/.
Wolves Go Raw.
Wolves Go Raw.
Variety Cast. I also am a DM, like Distracted Elf said. I run a game on Mondays, and Brad will die.
Hey, you got loads of shit.
Yeah, but I dematerialized and then rematerialized the crystal dragons.
Hey, you never know. They might be your friends. Maybe they're evil.
Maybe I can bribe them. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe they're really looking for a Naruto doll. You were looking for the seller. Or the buyer. Anyway.
Oh, there you go.
The universe of weaves.
So yeah, if you do enjoy D&D or just variety shenanigans, make sure to follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter if you like that and want to be up to date. Thank you.
And last and absolutely least, I'm kidding, your boy Daquan, my absolute best friend in the world, who's finally here, and I'm really happy that you actually made it here. Same for you, Wolf. You've never really been here before either, so it was fun to DM a game for you guys. It's been a while since Elf was here, and Peachy sometimes shows up, but you guys, this was your first time, and
by the way, boy, that's a good look for you. It's a really.
He actually looks fucking amazing, doesn't he? Look at him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really happy that you made it here finally, Mr. Daquan. Where can people check you out?
Like a couple months, or I guess it was almost like a year ago. Brad approached me with a really interesting character that I was gonna do on this campaign. And then I find out a couple months later that it was all worthless, and I
KO'd the campaign. Yeah.
So at that point, I decided I was never going to talk to him again. But here I am. No, I'm a variety caster, guys. I stream every so often, most of the time during the week at night times around 6 p.m. PST. This week's I'm just a little iffy. As for D&D, guys, I just, with these kind of people and with Rotato every so often, hopefully Loke at some point, guys, I do one-shots every so often. I used to be a part of a lot of D&D, but life's so crazy, I do it every so, here and there. But I love it. So it was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for having me.
It was cool. Your character was awesome, and you never used that inspiration, which, by the way, would have stopped you from dying at the end.
Yeah, don't fucking lie to me.
No, you wouldn't. I might have had something weird happen, but you still have that on your character. So one day, maybe we'll do some other bullshit again with these characters or whatever, and we'll do another dumb one-shot or something, I guess. Thanks again, you guys, for playing. It's been really fun. If you want to see more of my bullshit that I do a stream on Wednesdays called The Wolves of War, which is an RP-based, kind of low-combat, audio-based game. And I do Fractured Worlds on John Sandman's channel on a Thursday with some amazing streamers that I put actual blood, sweat, and tears into. So if you're going to watch any of them, then I suggest that one. Or randomly on Saturdays, I do games like this one. I think next week I'm actually going to be doing like a physical in the real world game, because I got some people coming here like Zod, Cookie, Noodle, my mods, and Annie, who does a lot of the artwork and stuff on a lot of my streams, and then obviously Emma and myself are all going to be in a room. So I'm going to see if I can work out how to do an actual game in real life and just set up a couple of cameras and try and DM a real life game, which I've never done, and that's scary, and it's probably going to be the most awkward thing you have ever seen a bunch of people do. Check that out next Saturday. Other than that, thanks for watching. Thanks for all of the follows and things that have been popping through. And we will see you when we all see you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for playing. Love you all. Bye. 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 Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.